Side.
Fun fact, chat,
Cool,
for those of you who weren't aware, which I assume is everybody, because if you're not one of the 6 people in this Zoom call, you're probably unaware of what goes on in this Zoom call. While the intro, our 41-second intro is running. We can all still talk to each other, and it fucking devolved into an argument over the course of the 41 seconds of our intro playing. We're fired up today, lads! We're gonna get in there, and I'm... well, probably not gonna kill anybody. So.
If you don't kill myself, it's on your hands. Don't see that as a double win.
You can't all be responsible for your own decisions. We've been over this.
Come on. Just once.
It's over. The past few days, the Circus of Wayward Wonders has been through some phenomenally turbulent times. From the moment we lifted the curtain at our opening night and strode boldly forth Selwyn onto the stage for the first performance of the show, to now, where Lizard Man and Zerg, horribly deformed and barely conscious from drunkenness, grapple with the concept of just cutting through half of their body to combat the demonic deformations they've gotten, fighting back against the soldiers of the abyssal depths. We've done a lot of shit in like a week. And it's starting to become apparent, especially after our last foray out into Aberton, when we headed to the House of Golden Laws, the church in the center of town, and found demons at its center, wearing the cloaks and garb of the Gozrin druids, that, you know, there may be a larger problem here than just Ariad. There may be a larger problem than just one halfling trying to sabotage the circus. The first druid that you'd faced off with at the circus grounds immediately after your show, after finding your ringmaster killed, starting all of this. It's very possible there's a bigger problem. And with the news that Aberton's mayor, David Holden, has not returned from his trip to the nearby druid hermitage, well, I think we know where we need to look. So when we left off last week, I believe Zerg is unconscious in a field somewhere. Everybody else having managed to stagger back to the circus grounds before any real harm was done. Aribus very, very clouded.
Wet.
Very drunk.
That's a wet.
Also wet, having been dumped in the river a couple of times to try and bring her back to some degree of sentience. And Lizard Man, I think, also unconscious, just on the circus grounds. Selwyn and Ara having had to just kind of deal with this. Put out the fires as they happen, I suppose. And we start today's show there, back at the circus grounds, with everyone, well, not terribly injured. Lizard Man, still a bit injured from the battle at the church. And mostly just wasted. And still very, very deformed. At some point, surely, through glimpses of consciousness, Zerg, I imagine, would manage to stumble back to the circus grounds with the rest of you, unless he has other ideas.
I believe Zerg was put to bed by Selwyn.
I think, yeah, I did actually. Yeah.
Oh, did we actually get Zerg back?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said he no one treats Zerg nicely. Oh, you've been so nice to me.
Oh, right. Zerg had come back.
You left the lizard.
The
not feeling so good with that bad.
Lizard was the one that was abandoned unconscious in a field. I had it backwards.
Yes.
Zerg was the one that had made it back. So, Lizard Man, eventually, I imagine, through glimpses of consciousness, unless he has other plans, would slowly stumble back to the campgrounds.
Yeah, or, I mean, as close as I can get before, like, just sleeping.
it is like noon right now. Like the sun is at its peak. You've only been up for 4 or 5 hours. I
Yeah,
mean,
we're going back to sleep, bro.
maybe by the
Yeah.
power of a drunken stupor, you can just pass out here for the rest of the day and the night. I don't know. I'm not a lizard man expert.
Don't say that you probably couldn't do that in real life.
My heart. The totally accurate shots.
Wait, let me look behind you. Do I see a dagger in your back?
I don't know, but I can feel it.
The phantom pain.
So it is noon right now. What all is the plan for the remainder of the day? I know that obviously Lizard desperately wants to address these hideous growths he's been inflicted with, these swollen lumps of knotted flesh all across his shoulder. But he may be too drunk to really follow up on that now. Selwyn, you seem to be a mom is the word I'm going to choose to use.
Team mom.
Yeah, I'm definitely team mom. I don't
What
know
are-
how we got here. but-
What are our plans for the day?
Well, I'm gonna go back to my wagon and start writing my documentary.
What's the play?
Documentary. I thought it was a play.
Well, it was a play last time, but now I've moved on.
He's moved on.
Did the play get finished?
Sort of.
It's a yes or no question. How is there a sort of?
Some of it.
Well,
The important bits.
after an hour or two of the afternoon passes here, you just slaving away at your writings, trying to do whatever it is you're doing with the documentary now. You would hear as the token next to the token I want. That is the token on the
Yeah.
other side of the token that I want. That's the token that I want. You
Oh, okay.
would hear,
I was very confused at Mayor Holden game.
yeah, like, oh, everything's fine. A knock on the door to your wagon, followed by the croaky voice of the professor. Selwyn,
Yes?
do you have a moment?
Oh, I've got nothing but. Why do you need one?
And
I'll open the door inside.
the professor would just be standing there. Your wagon's not particularly large. It's probably not great to step into, but standing right outside, hands kind of folded in front of him. So, I've put some thought forward to this, as you seemed. He'd turn his gaze over towards Zerg, just passed out, tucked in so nicely in his wagon further down the campsite. Well, otherwise occupied, as far as I could tell. I've put some thought into how we should go forward, so to speak. I had largely been waiting for you and the rest of the top performers from the show to head into town and try to drum up some hype for our show next
Oh,
week.
that's what I was meant to be doing.
Well, I thought that was, of course, the best way to capitalize, seeing as you and your friends are the ones that had garnered all the interest in town. Well, with the
Right, yeah, you're
menagerie
absolutely
coming through.
right. I was
But-
very busy. Oh, sorry, go on. Don't want to interrupt. Go on. Give it to me.
I've, well, had a bit of a change of thought here. We don't just need people back. Small towns like this are held together by their leadership, and Mayor Holden seems very widely liked. You were really the only ones who could handle, well, I don't right know what's going on, but if anyone can bring the mayor back at this point, it seems it's you and your friends. I'm going to take the sideshow and Tulip into town, and we'll see what we can do to promote this upcoming show on Wheel Day. We need the mayor back, Selwyn.
Okay.
If it wasn't for his influence, our opening night wouldn't have had nearly the popularity we enjoyed, and I'm worried the same may be true of our next performance, though we do have some goodwill and standards set within the town now. Certainly, the longer he's missing, the worse our situation appears it will be.
So you want me to take the hungover people today?
Well, not necessarily today. The point of this was more that we can handle promotion for this upcoming show as long as you can make sure the town of Aberton is in order.
Well, I mean, I think it's just the mayor missing, right? Well, it is the mayor missing, and
He
he's
just
also the
shrugs.
last event.
As far as we can tell. But with everything you've told us so far of what's been going on in town, really, who even knows anymore?
Yeah, I'm still not sure where the demons fit in.
That's, well, possibly the most concerning bit of it all. Or how they relate to the druids or what may be happening up at the hermitage. But I really have to say, and he just kind of gestures vaguely north. Several other countries' histories are anything to go by. A demonic incursion sounds bad for business.
Oh yeah, I hear the Whirlwind did terrible things for the economy.
Never really recovered. Though, fortunately, the smithing industry has somewhat come back up as the demand for Paladin's plate has increased, but the economics of the Whirlwind are neither here nor there. The point is, demons have a habit of wantonly murdering, well, peasants, and Aberton seems to really be nothing but. And truth be told, we're not much different, really.
Excuse you. I went to the finest college.
Selwyn just looks down for a second. Never mind, this is tangential to the point at best. Don't worry about promotion for this wheel day. We'll take care of that. Just try to, well, at least sort out what's happened with the mayor, and Abadar willing, now that his priest is back in order, he'll come back alive, healthy, and perfectly willing to help us with another show.
I'll take a note. Come back healthy, alive, and other lies you can tell yourself. Sorry, that's for a later thing.
No, it's management of expectations is important. I mean, really, it's not like we give a fuck about the mayor's well-being beyond his ability to help the town bring more coin, but still. Just,
Appreciate the candor.
there's no point sugarcoating things. We've a tiny hamlet near the coast of a long-forgotten shitty sibling of the Isle of Kortos, where peasants are being randomly murdered by demons and what appear to be infuriated druids. Really, we're a bunch of fucking carnies. What are we even supposed to be doing about this?
Killing all the problems. Well, so far, anyway.
And surprisingly, that's gone well. So I'm glad to see that somehow your ability to juggle knives is translated to you fighting with them. By all
It's a funny
accounts,
story, actually.
doesn't make a lot of sense, but, well, again, here we are.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, time to infuriate a whole sect of druids, right?
Well, hopefully not. I'd still like to believe there's a rational explanation for this, but as there almost certainly isn't, yeah, probably the thing that you said.
Exciting. I'm so happy.
Selwyn, truth be told, and he looks over towards Zerg's wagon again, there's, well, he just sort of looks the other way around the rest of the campground. There's a reason that I'm trusting you to take up the reins for this whole operation, a whole circus of wayward wonders, really.
Is it because I'm the only idiot dumb enough to take on the rest of the people I'm carrying around?
Partially, yes, but Selwyn, just the mayor is helpful. You and the rest of the performers are essential. don't do anything we wouldn't want you to do, okay? But still, I don't know. Best of luck to you, I suppose.
Thanks, Prof. You're the best. Now, if they get out of this hangover in a timely manner, which I don't think they will, given Grace never drunk before. Yeah, we're shooting for tomorrow.
I haven't seen the lizard around in an hour or two. It's certainly been some time.
Well, I mean, did you see me dragging Slick in? Because it's about the same thing. It's just we left.
I missed that. Last I saw of Lizard, something happened with his shoulder. It was warped and.
Oh, right, that's still there. We
worse
have no
than
idea what it
usual.
is.
Well, I'm not a doctor or a cleric. Talk to Tulip or the priest, and maybe they can help you. But again, just at least it's one small thing off of your mind with the promotion.
And I'm very grateful. That does help a lot. Hopefully,
We'll
we can
get
the
back
mayor
to
soon.
it then. I have a lot to organize and work out a schedule for rotations in town and how best to do this. Don't want to oversaturate our audience, after all. I'll let you get back to it then.
Thank you,
And,
Professor.
Nods, and with a brief wave heads back off into the campground towards, kind of around your wagon, towards the sideshow's wagon behind it. And really, I'll leave the specifics of your assorted hangovers to the three of you, Aravis, Lizardman, Zerg. Is this something, we think we're gonna overcome in a timely fashion?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. Maybe. I want to try. I'm pretty sure I saw Selwyn with Zerg, and I know he's sleeping. So I was gonna get some things, and I was gonna try something on Zerg while he was sleeping. Some bucket of water, some mud, some of my flowers. What else was I gonna get? Some dried up mushrooms. I was gonna make a thing. I was gonna do like a seance over him and try to heal him while he's sleeping and not panicky.
But you're gonna need a fucking warrant.
Well, the good news is Zerg sleeps in a wagon, or a cart more than a wagon, rather, and it's quite easy to get to him. So, Arbus, you spend some time gathering up some things and head over to where he is, I imagine, still completely passed out, Zerg.
Yes, yeah, he's completely out. No movement, nothing.
And Arbus, what are we doing there?
Kind of like trying not to wake him up, like smearing mud on him and sprinkling some flowers and some tree branches and doing some things. There's all kinds of smearing. Unfortunately, some feces over here. So there's over there, just making kind of like a thing, all right? All around the growth. And I'm gonna put my hands around it, but not touching it, and just sort of close my eyes and just sort of try to get rid of it. And I'm gonna attempt restoration on it.
Okay. So restoration, being the spell, I assume. Right, okay.
Yeah.
So, restorative magic, countering the effects of toxins or a condition that affect the creature from functioning at its best. So, choose either reduce the condition or lessen the effects of a toxin. Obviously, the thing you are trying to affect here is the growths themselves around where he's been slashed across his chest. And as you focus this magic inward, something certainly a bit more powerful than you've weaved before. You feel this positive energy, this necromantic magic flow from your hands into his body, into these growths. But you feel it flow through him, through his whole body and out, without finding anything that it can tend to, nothing that it sees as inhibitive, nothing your magic can find. Make me a medicine check real quick. Medicine, or actually, let's go with nature, because it's more the the nature of your magic that pertains to.
Oh boy, that's a 18.
With an 18, the best you can determine of what's happening here is that these growths, this warping on his body, it's not hurting him as far as you can see. It's obtrusive and it's ugly, but it's not foreign and it's not dangerous. So it is his own natural skin. It is his own flesh. It's not something that can be treated like it was a debilitation or a toxin or anything like that. Because as far as his own body is concerned, it's perfectly normal.
After I feel it not working, just kind of look at my hands and just a subtle little glimpse to the sky, disappointed, and then I'll just walk away.
But with that, a couple hours pass, and the noon heads on into early evening. Let's say around like 5 p.m. By this point, Lizard Man has long since made his way back to the camp. And would you have headed back to the wagon as well, or you just also kind of plopped on or next to Zerg? Or
I would just crawl my way into my bed and just lay there.
and your little thing next to him. You would notice as you approach your wagon, it smells oddly of shit. And also
I can't
notice,
smell anything. I have mostly that like really acidic like throw up taste, so I could smell like anything and not notice.
Fair enough. You don't even notice that someone has literally smeared fecal matter all over Zerg next to you and just lay down and pass out as well. But at least the drunkenness, the complete obliteration of your senses is certainly starting to fade away. Arabis at this point, with Selwyn having somewhat aggressively helped you, I would imagine you are starting to feel a lot better now. It's been like 5 hours or so. You still feel a bit woozy, a bit hungover, and Zerg even maybe awakening. I'd even say Zerg's probably would be waking up around when Lizard finally makes it back to the wagon.
Actually, yeah, as Lizard comes in, Lizard, keep it down, you're so loud. And you smell like shit.
Right. I'm sleeping. Goodbye.
Go to sleep. What you wake me for? You want something? You want kisses? Go to sleep. I sleep.
Why you wake?
You don't shush. You do not shush. Do not shush me. I shush. I go back to sleep now. Fuck you, Lizard.
Well, it doesn't seem like we're accomplishing anything today. So, the rest of that evening would really pass without any further chance of anything useful happening, unfortunately. Lizard's well-intentioned but misguided attempts to treat the growths don't appear to have done very well. And honestly, you two and even Arabis may barely even note the rest of the passing day before it's Star Day morning already. And you're wondering where the time went, why the sunrise is so fucking bright, and why your head still hurts so much. So everyone, go ahead and set yourselves up to full, because you would have had plenty of time. And
I want to make a note that I spent the rest of the day, the prior day, trying to identify these 2 magic items I've had on my person.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So which?
I had that angel pendant that I tried for earlier, and then those bracelets that we found on the ground near the graveyard.
Oh, right. You found the ground near the graveyard. Right. Those bracelets. Those bracelets from the graveyard. The graveyard bracelets.
Oh, yeah.
The
Do you remember?
Yep. Okay, got it. All right. Yep. All right. So
Furiously scrolling for the PDF.
furious PDF scrolling. Right, the bracelets. Okay,
Let's not
so
forget this
you.
time.
I assume you're using nature to identify both of these. So what is your modifier, good sir?
7.
7.
Yes. 7. Yes.
So the pendant, as you look it over, you manage to draw out the necromantic energy inside, and you can tell that this is an item with healing properties, though not particularly powerful ones. It doesn't possess the ability to heal directly. It doesn't have like a spell or a soothe inside of it. However, what it can do is guide the wielder's hand, enhancing or at least protecting and ensuring their abilities to perform. So this is an armor talisman that if you have it affixed to your armor and you make a medicine check to administer first aid. So it's not treat wounds, it's not to heal. Administer first aid is to help treat a poison or somebody who is dying. It does not require you to be trained. Administer first aid is something anybody can do. And it stays your hand, guides you in the event you make a terrible mistake.
Neat.
The second item the bracelets. You're unsure what exactly they do. You have gleaned faint orange aura. They have transmutation properties. But you can't science out exactly what. These seem to be a bit more powerful than the things you've identified so far.
We'll try again later.
Well, hey, it is good news. A brand new Starday morning. And with a failure, you can attempt again the next day. So with you have quick identify, right? You do things in a minute?
No, I do not.
No. You have quick repair.
Or have quick repair. I
have quick
fell
repair.
repairing something 10 times in 1 minute.
You
in 10
did.
minutes.
You repair at rapid speed. Like the legend you are. But still, during your morning preparations, as everyone awakens, readying your weapons, your armor, your magic, you could certainly find 10 minutes in there to try again to identify what this bracelet is. But still, unsure. So as the group of you come together fairly early in the morning to figure out exactly what it is you're going to do, Selwyn wrangles a small plant and 3 incredibly hungover circus performers. And what are our plans?
Well, so got this perfect plan laid out. Spent all last night working on it. Totally not writing something else entirely. Anyway, we're gonna go to the hermitage and see what's up. And if they're evil and abusing the Stormlord, right? We'll kill them all. Right? Perfect plan.
Yeah.
I cannot argue. If they have lost their way, then swift justice is inevitable. But we should make sure first.
All right. So when they start shooting lightning bolts at us, that's when we know.
Right.
Maybe we should talk to them.
That doesn't seem right.
Wow. Zig, you're a genius. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Wait, what?
Okay, so if you smell bad enough, people won't notice all the terrible growths. Great idea. I'm gonna go get some. Where did you get?
I don't think.
Whatever that
Speaking
is.
of, why do you two smell so bad?
It's just Zig.
Oh,
It's
it's
just
definitely you. It's definitely you both.
Oh,
I
well,
woke
that's just
up like
moment.
this.
Oh, you didn't. That's not the plan. The plan isn't that like if you smell really bad, people won't see.
It is the plan now. Maybe at work. I don't know. My head hurts.
If you smell bad enough, people won't see. What?
People don't see me anyway. I'm like a shadow in the night.
That's
made
So-
really not
work
true.
on druids.
As everyone gathers together here, and as you are kind of distracted by the smell of the literal shit that Zerg slept in, you would notice that Lizard and Zerg look dramatically better. Whatever these growths were, they have receded almost entirely. It's still noticeable where they were. You can still, like, it's still, you can visible, but it's not nearly as offensive as it was. They're much smaller, almost like more normal boils and knots than this hideous mutation. Overnight, the problem's almost wholly disappeared.
It's from the bad smell. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get. Okay, Arbus, where's your wolf thing? Where does it normally poop?
No, we're not.
Actually, I can just go. No, don't worry about it.
No,
I
wait,
can
no,
find
no,
it.
no, 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 no.
It's okay, someone, don't worry about it. I got it.
Yeah, I'm worried about the way you're getting it.
Where I'm getting it? Do you? Like,
No, I
is it
want you
flavor that's
both to.
better?
No, I want you both to be dunked in the river first, and then we go to the hermitage, and then you can smear yourself with shit.
But the
This is-
stuff
we
is
have
going
to,
away.
We have to save the mayor, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, well, the mayor comes before your weird little growths. See, they're already going away. It's fine. It's probably just time. Time heals all wounds, right?
High five, Zig. Good job. We did a great job getting rid of these growths. Man,
Yes,
that's-
it's purely from strength alone I remove this. Force of will.
Yes.
Yeah, man. God, we're really the best, yeah.
Damn, we're strong, aren't we?
We're
It's
so
so
good.
good.
We're so good at things.
Sometimes.
Yes,
great,
give
you
me
just gotta
head bump
accept your
for
losses.
a. Congratulations.
Ka-chunk!
Yes. Ow. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a harder head than you.
You're a lizard. What do you expect?
Anyway, should we depart for? Well, can you dunk in the river real quick? Just wash the filth off.
Yes.
If they do happen to be friendly, I don't want us
They go
going like shit
down to the
unless
river
that's what they're
and start
into.
Begrudgingly
I mean, that-
wiping himself off. I think this worked, but they could. Whatever. It's.
Yeah,
So
we
we're
can try
still-
later.
Still late Callistril, and it's fairly early morning, so it's not. But fortunately, it's not like freezing. You're not gonna die in this stream or anything. It's like 60s. It's a little chilly in the water, but you quickly take a moment to wash and shower yourselves off, which I would say, were the group, not you guys specifically, is just kind of a thing that's assumed that you do as part of your normal morning preparations. Most of the rest of the circus performers and the roustabouts do that. That's part of the reason that you're stationed next to a stream for bathing water.
I'm all
I mean,
clean
no, I'm
now. I feel
extremely
better.
clean.
I'm wet, but I feel better.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah,
with
ready
that,
to go.
we head out to the hermitage. Now, you know vaguely where the hermitage is.
I would
Obviously,
actually. Sorry.
ahead.
I would like to make a stop by the dwarf first.
Oh, jeez.
okay, I love it. I love it. So,
Of course you do.
before you head off into the distance, where you're going to be going actually the complete opposite direction, because you are going to be going. Oh no, it is actually out a bit west. It's the same way. You're passing by there on the way out anyway. Through town, stopping at Varn Tarvel's nice little shop. Once again, with the entire group of you, where you find Varn just kind of sitting on his stoop, elbows on his knees, one eye squinted up as always, kind of looking out to the west. Where's the shop facing? He turns, looks at the group of you. I'm
Hey,
back
Warren.
west.
Do you sell javelins?
Javelins?
Yeah, javelins. Javelins.
Yeah. What's a gnome
Uh,
want with javelins?
Well, I don't want anything with them. I want to buy
They're
some.
bigger than
Well,
you, lass. Now you can carry the things.
I don't want to.
And he looks down at you and just kind of looks up past you to Arbus. You know them druids, right? Them Guzzer folk.
I am a druid, yes.
You not live up at the hermitage.
No, I do not. They're not my tribe.
Huh. I ain't got much for supplies. Well, coin, rather.
Just need some
Druids are some of my
javelins,
best
dude.
customers. They're my only real recurring customers. Kind of a general store. I don't know if you noticed, most people here kind of do their own shit.
What shit do they do in your store? That seems Selwyn, that's not polite, right?
No, it's not. It's really so racist.
He just kind of looks up at the group of you. Almost confused, but you know. Well,
We're used to this point.
it's Star Day, right? I lost
Uh,
track of the time.
yeah, quarantine will do bad things to you. Anyway, you sell javelins, right? Can I buy free?
Yeah. Go grab a couple yourself and maybe the coin here. I gotta wait.
All right.
Star Days and the Druids usually come down to buy their supplies. It's more than half the income I make in a given week. They're late.
What do they buy from you?
Food mostly. Some writing materials, parchment, quills.
All right. How much do I pay you for these javelins?
Depends how many javelins do you want.
I want free.
3 javelins, that's gonna be 3 silver.
All right. In that case, I hand him 4 silver and take 4.
He's got probably like realistically a bucket of these things because they're pretty decent hunting equipment for someone who's too stupid to shoot a bow properly, which is probably most of Aberton.
How much for a quiver to have them in? Like a quiver-ish thing, something to carry in.
Yeah, I got the 4 of them. I'll toss one in, I guess.
Sweet.
Only got 2 of them in there. It's been, what, a year since I sold them. I haven't had to get any. Haven't seen that leatherworking sort come in from Escadar recently either. Life's been weird. No one seems like they're on schedule anymore.
Yeah. It
Looks
happens.
back over to a Zergan lizard. It is Star Day, right? I'm not.
You're asking wrong orc. I defer to little one for this. I do.
Yeah.
I.
She knows most of the things in this group.
Which is terrible, honestly.
You guys answer to the gnome. Sure.
Answer to not correct. Gnome is more like secretary. Keeps books.
Well, that's an even worse decision. They'll even know I'm in charge of your coin. The hell's wrong with you?
I'll roll a coin in my hand and a pretty tough one at that.
It's simple.
Get your pointy sticks and
they don't
get
do
going.
much.
Beat Street. I gotta wait for the druids.
How do they? Are they friendly with you? How do they act? I'm just curious. I have not. It's been a long time since what?
Great, nobody's friendly with Lauren.
Oh, well, no.
Have you
that's
met
not
the
very
druids?
nice. Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't think the druids got the potential to be anything but polite. It's part of their religion or whatever.
Well, it's
2 of them come down here every Star Day, grabbing a cart, buy an armful of food. It's the only time of the week I can sell any of it. Everyone in the town either makes their own or buys them the damn Hoftons because they got a mill. Fancy shit stains. Well, look what we got. But,
Fucking Millers.
fucking Millers, man. First thing you've said, I feel like I can agree with, not have to question myself at night.
Maybe you do, given you agree with me.
Maybe I do.
Maybe you do.
Hey, whatchamacallit? They got, underground kind of gnome sorts. We're little spiky-haired bastards. Not actually gnomes,
Right,
but
yeah,
look
yeah,
like
those
them.
assholes. Yeah, you agree. Fuck those
Yeah.
guys. No, I'm not one of them. I'm not a smartful.
You're a weird little gnome.
Even the name makes me puke.
Get out of here. Go wait for the druids.
we
Take care.
thank you for your pointy sticks today.
Yeah, you're going. Their business is more important than yours.
Hi, friend.
I like you. I like you a lot. You're a good man.
Just looks of you. Looks
There's
back
an
out
thing
to
to
the west.
question.
Have a good day.
So, the group of you head out on the road with some javelins that are probably about as long as, if not longer than Selwyn is tall, wrapped in a pretty simple little leather long pouch, kind of like a quiver, but much longer and looser, as it doesn't need to hold them hard to stop them from shattering. Javelins are thick enough not to have to really be a problem. And you make your way out west.
I'll hand them to Cirque. Here you go. If something's too far away, toss one of those.
You want me carry this?
I want you to use it.
Oh, but I don't need. Hands.
I know, but you can use those hands to grab a javelin, like.
I'm not so good at throwing things that is not lizard.
Right.
I take, but it's more like toothpick than weapon. But
That's fine. I'm just saying.
This is like a 3.5 foot pole of spiked
It
It's
wood.
doesn't matter to him. Let me set the stage. One of those little sneaky quasits, those flying little demons that flies up, and your hands can't reach him. But then, bright idea, you reach into your little pouch, and you have a javelin and throw at him. It's like a ranged fist. The might of Zerg knows no bounds now. Even the skies will tremble.
Zerg would have bigger fist on stick, but this is fine. Give me the thing.
I'll hand him the thing.
So you guys sling
another
a four,
good strategy.
sling
You
a
could
four
just throw a
javelins.
lizard. It'd be like the same thing.
Sorry?
He could just throw lizard, and it'd be like the same thing.
I don't think
Bigger
it's very high enough.
stick.
Yeah, I'm pointy. If you throw me hard enough, I get like real long.
Just give me the stick.
I'm looking at the stick.
So,
Who else gets
begins.
stick? Just stick for the Zerg. I'm the only one who needs stick. You get stick.
Well, so I have magic. She has magic. He has magic.
I've got a
Zerg
claw
is
on a
magic.
rope.
The last Philistine has like a claw and a rope.
What you trying to say about Zerg? He's not magic. Very
Well,
magical.
Zerg is very magical.
You are very
Thank
magical. You just can't cast magic.
You lost me.
Well, I mean, and I'll shoot some lightning out of my hands like this.
Whatever. Let's go. Stupid stick.
You don't have to be such a stinking about it.
Zerg can do magic.
I
He
feel that's
turns
offensive.
into a giant monkey and punches things. That's very
Yes.
magical.
That's not
Monkey
magic. That's
magic.
unholy.
That,
Monkey magic. It sounds like good.
Monkey
some
magic,
good show to go
yes.
see. I'd go see monkey magic.
So as the group of you-
I would love to see it more often.
as the group of you walk and talk on your way out, leaving Aberton behind you, you head west out of town. Now, Aberton is on the northeastern side of the Isle of Arran, and it's not terribly far from the coast in either of those directions, really. It's fairly close to the corner. A good amount of the town's food supply and everything actually comes from fishing the northern coastlines. And that is exactly where the Druid's hermitage is located. It's quite a decent journey. You're going to be heading out there for 12 miles before you even reach the beginning of the path that leads down the coast, wrapping around to the hermitage itself. So as you guys journey, what are we all doing? And this is a thing that I'm going to bring up exploration mode again and introduce that there is a default option to exploration. Most of the things that you would do while you're walking around, if you're trying to search or to raise your shield or scout or any of that, causes you to move at half speed. And you don't have to do any of that. You can just walk. You can just travel, not taking any exploration actions, and move at full speed. By this point, level 3, there may be some feats that some of you have taken that allow you to perform activities and still move at full speed. Unsure. But if anyone wants to really keep a strong eye out or anything just on the road, it takes you twice as long to get places. So what do you
Well,
all...
there shouldn't be anything dangerous on the road. I would just go into the hermitage.
I feel like it's a dangerous way of thinking. I think we should take our time. It's
But there's
early
no
morning.
Journey
Whatever.
every star day?
What?
Don't the druids take this journey every star day?
Yeah, it should be like.
If they
They
can
do,
it, we
but
can
what
do
if
it.
what if they place traps? Like, normally there's not giant plants outside barns either.
Yeah, but
Well, normally there's not walking and talking plants in a group of circus actors.
The little plant
That's
makes
not
good point.
necessarily
I think
true.
we're fine.
What do you mean he makes a good point? He didn't
Good.
make a point.
good thinking, plant. Okay, good. Perfect. I'm glad it's decided. Let's keep walking.
So does
If I
anybody
die, I'm coming
have
back to haunt you.
does anybody have a land speed of lower than 25?
No.
Didn't think so.
No.
So if you all are hustling, as the exploration action to just move at full speed is called, you end up moving overland at about 2.5 miles an hour. So it's gonna take you about 5 hours to reach the path leading down to the hermitage. So you'll leave fairly early in the morning, but it's gonna be afternoon by the time you're approaching it. It's quite an intensive journey, really. It's going across, well, honestly, the Isle of Arran's not particularly large, a decent chunk of it, really. But as the morning passes, you stride down the road, which first leading further into the Isle is cobbled and well maintained, but later splits off into a much less worn path, a rougher dirt trail with 2 visible ruts where the druids bring their cart back and forth every week to get supplies from town, forking off towards the northern coast of the Isle. And as you travel, you see one of the very interesting landmarks of the Starstone Isles looming in the distance. And I have a question for everyone. Is anybody trained in either religion or society?
I'm trading both.
Well, do you want to roll me a check of your choice, really, because it's really what you're going to know about this thing.
All right. So I don't get to roll both? That sucks.
You pick one, boy.
Well, one's harder than the other, so I guess I'm going religion. It's 23.
It's pretty solid. So with a 23 on religion, you would know a bit about the almost mythological origins of the Starstone Isles. And I bring this up because it's a really cool piece of Pathfinder lore, actually. Eridan, the god of humanity, the dead god Erodine, if you're around for War for the Crown, is the only of the major deities of Galarian's pantheon to have fallen. Far up north, in defense of the world with the world wound, the repercussions of his death are still felt to this day. But what matters right now is less that, and more the effects of his ascension. When Eridan, who was a man, became a god through the power of an artifact called the Starstone, he wanted to raise a citadel, an island of holy land around to house it. That is the Starstone Isles, upon which you now live. Eridan, as a god, as one of his first acts, literally lifted these rocks out of the ocean, from the floor, to become the Starstone Isles. Now, the problem was he lifted some rocks out of the ocean from the seafloor. There was nothing on it. There was no plant life. There was nothing alive. And so, Eridan constructed these 5 towers throughout the 2 Starstone Isles to spread life and to enact his will across them, to make them habitable, to make them lush with life and foliage, to make their earth soft and full of nutrients for the farmers to come and reap their harvests. He did this through 5 beacons called the Aeon Towers. It's just a really cool piece of the Pathfinder setting. Because since you are on the Starstone Isles, this far out from town, as the forests largely drop around you and you walk through fields, you would be able to see one of them. off in the distance. The structures themselves still exist to this day. Massive mud brick obelisks rising up against the skyline, abandoned for centuries, if not millennia, at this point. As a matter of fact, the current year, 4720, the calendar, I believe, Zinder, and correct me if I'm wrong, in Galarian is counted years from Erodin's death. So this is 4,720 years since he died, so longer than that, since he brought these towers up and raised these islands up from the depths of the ocean floor. But you'd be able to see it off in the distance. And only Selwyn, really, would know what it means or what it was for. And thank you for succeeding on a roll. So I can, honestly, I probably give this to you pretty much regardless of what you roll, because it's just I think it's one of the cooler bits of Galarian history.
Yeah, that's very cool.
The whole concept of the Starstone Isles. And you would also know, because it kind of makes you think, back to the Starstone itself, housed in a massive citadel at the heart of Absalom, the city in the center of the world on the other main island. A deific stone of such power that it's said that anyone who so much as touches the thing ascends to godhood. Something that 3 people have done so far in the history of this world. Iomadai, who was one of the heralds of Erodin, and through her righteousness and the sheer beacon of her faith in him, after his death, went to the Starstone in pilgrimage and became a god herself. Norgorber, the opposite. Norgorber is not a good person, and honestly, very little is really known about what he did, other than that he is a god now, and he was some kind of an assassin in life, and is now the god of information and assassination. And your boy, Caden Kalian, the
That's
accident god, who was really drunk in Absalom one day, and his buddy made a drunken bet with him. Bet you wouldn't go and try to touch the Starstone, a feat which, by the way, since there is a rock that turns you into a god, obviously hundreds of people have tried to do, and other than these 3, nobody returns. Nobody returns from the test. This kills everybody. But Caden Kalian was really drunk and said, you know what? Fuck it. Swaggered into the Citadel, came out a few hours later, and just said, fuck you, I'm a god, and yeeted to heaven. Actual Pathfinder lore. I love it. It's beautiful.
Good old Caden.
Good old Caden Kalian. But in the afternoon, just early in the afternoon, little as the sun begins its descent, you make your way to the cliffside. And a cliffside it is. The northern side of Absalom is not a gentle place. It is sheer rock faces, howling wind, and pounding waves washing against the rocks dozens of feet down below you. Now the path you're going to have to follow in order to reach the hermitage from this point onward is, well, narrow is the word I'll choose to use. As you begin down the trail they pulled this cart on, almost immediately just becomes a ledge, slick with sea mist and the errant rains that blow through the area, with again a howling wind blowing across it, barely more than 5 feet wide.
Well, if they can get the cart on it, shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah. Okay, we should be careful going forward.
Does that mean you want to
I'd
slow
like
down
some
other than
more
hustle here? You don't.
yeah.
So as you start to take this path, still about a half mile from the hermitage itself, Selwyn, what do you want to do?
I would like to start looking at.
Keeping an eye out for everyone, slowing
Yeah.
down, making a careful choice of where you put your feet. How about you, Arvis?
follow the expert. He seems to know what he's doing. I can just sort of try to mimic what he's doing.
You can absolutely do that. So someone here is an expert in perception, which means that you can get a bonus to your own attempts to just keep an eye out by following along with her, trying to pick your pace carefully and, well, not give yourself to Gosbra like this specifically.
Yeah.
Lizardman, as your group slows down, though you're less concerned. How are you proceeding here?
I'm just gonna try and see far enough out ahead to scout.
And,
Because
Zerg?
I've got grippy feet. I don't have to worry about this.
You got clawed
slippery...
feet. It's wet stone.
You guys with shoes.
Your claws kind of clack across this, but it would help. How about you, Zerg?
Zerg is very good climber. It is not a problem at all. I follow suit with the rest of the party, not really taking any extra care or bother at all.
Slowing down a bit because the group is, but otherwise, there's ocean.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. Not a problem.
Now, Ara, on this path here, the wind is severe enough and your little tiny leshy body is light and airy enough. You can almost feel the wind blowing against the cliffside push you around as you make your way down onto this lower path. What are you doing?
I'm actually kind of closer to the edge for everyone else's comfort. My arms slid off to my side like I'm walking a tightrope.
Can someone carry the plant?
He looks like he's having a pretty good time. I mean, I can if you needed me to.
I don't think he is. I think he's going to get blown off any second, and then we'll be short one plant.
Ah, good plan. Okay, I can carry the plant.
My luggage?
Oh, right now you are.
Be like a kite. I can like tie my other end of my necklace to you, and then throw you up in the air, and you can just kind of like hover behind us.
Well, that sounds fun.
Oh yeah, he'll be a great scout.
Yeah.
So, joking, you continue along this now much narrower path, almost having to shout to raise your voices up above the blowing wind. This path descends downward along the cliff face, the northern side of the Isle of Kortos being probably about 100 feet up above the surface of the ocean, and this path leading down almost to its midway, where the waves are breaking and crashing right below you. Some of the larger ones hitting some of the more sheer points, shooting the blasts of water almost up alongside you, still 50, 60 feet above the waves themselves. As you walk, both the smell of the salt air and the growing sense of damp as the mist from the breaking waves slowly moistens your clothing just a bit more with every further step. You continue until you reach a problem. After a few hundred yards, you can see at least one of the reasons that Varn's cart hasn't been brought into town today. A portion of the walkway appears to have largely crumbled away.
Uh-oh.
The crashing waves having finally knocked just enough loose for the path to have collapsed into the ocean sometime fairly recently, leaving a gaping, jagged hole before you that the water surges up into as the waves pass. This new channel carrying them up and forward, their water breaking much higher than the rest of them, hitting against the sheer face of the cliffs below. Now, the walkway isn't entirely gone. There's still a path next to the cliffside that you can pass, but it's much, much narrower than the 5 to 8 feet it has been previously. The passageway here is barely a foot wide.
Send the plant.
No, don't send the plant.
Carrying the plant. Oh man, these druids are like really terrible at making roads. Well, I guess I could go first. You know, I'm not like
wait. Do we have any rope?
Yeah, I've got
How wide is this ravine? Sorry, is this gap?
So you've been walking. The gap forward looks like it's probably about 15 feet across. A pretty big chunk of the stone is washed away, and the walkway varies from about a foot to a foot and a half, getting its thinnest near the middle, where it just looks like almost a single solid chunk broke free from the cliff face and fell.
How far down is it?
It's about 50 feet to the waters below.
All right. Well, I think great. That's a lot of fall. Anyway, if you give me some rope, I'll walk across, tie it to something, and we can use it to not fall all the way down there.
Or I could walk across because I am a
I have the
lizard and you have stupid shoes on.
How about we use a little stick, throw across, rope on end, use like tightrope.
Tie the rope to me and throw me across.
I like
have an
this
idea.
better. This is much better.
Yeah, but you're like really small. How are you ever gonna like anchor it down?
I could
You're
turn
gonna-
into something big.
That seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, the cliff face here is fairly sheer. There's nothing obvious for you to tie the rope to on the other side. There's no like protruding bits of rock or
You
anything you
just
could easily tie it around.
Stab the javelin into the ground with the rope attached to
So
it.
you could,
and
you would,
there's,
you would have
Good
like a
idea.
climbing, because if you had like a hammer or something to put a python in with, you certainly could. You could use, I guess, the
I
The butt of a
don't
weapon.
need a climbing
Yeah,
kit.
yeah.
Okay, why don't I go across, and then I'll keep
I-
rope, and you
I-
guys hold
I
the other
think-
one. And Zig will hold the other end of the rope, and if I fall, he'll just pull me back up.
I think
this
it
is
should
brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good plan. Selwyn, your plans
Selwyn.
are great as always. And
I
I'll
roll
start
my eyes.
walking.
Yeah, whatever. Go on. I give up.
What is your plan,
So-
Selwyn?
What do you call me?
Yes, Selwyn is.
Excuse me? I'm the one being silly. I had to drag you through literal mud yesterday.
I said
Alright.
Selwyn is Sally.
No, Selwyn.
Yes,
I'm not
is
silly.
That's what I say. What is your plan? What you've got instead?
All right, tie a rope around this lizard, and
That
then
was my
hold
plan.
on. You just said it was my plan. You said my plan's are great as always.
Now you're taking credit for my plan.
No, I'm not. I'm taking credit for my plan.
Oh.
That you stole.
Well, what
by
was
the
your
way.
plan?
The one that we were just talking about, tying a rope around you and then you walking across.
Oh, well, that was a good plan. So why don't we do that one?
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Good plan. Let's go.
So you pull out some rope and cinch it off around Lizard Man's waist. With, I imagine, probably Zerg holding the other end, as he is the largest, sturdiest man, and debatably the strongest man alive here at the close end. So, Lizard Man, as you start to balance and work your way across this small ledge here, I'm going to need an acrobatics check to balance.
Okay. 13.
With a 13, as you start to move onto the thin bit of the passageway, your feet kind of scrape and slip against the wet stone. It being a bit looser here, letting you grab some purchase, but as you dig your claws into it, little bits more pebbles and shards of stone crack loose and tumble away, swallowed up by the waves below. You stop for a minute, regaining your balance before you try to just push through this
So it's a cliff on either side?
cliff. There's a big cliff to your left, and then you're on a ledge that just drops off to the ocean on your right.
Well, I'm much better than climbing than I am at balancing, so I may stick to the cliff and kind of shuffle my way sideways.
Okay. So not finding much success balancing on the beam here. You see Lizard turn around, dig his claws into the cliff face in front of him, and pull his feet up to try to cling on to the wall. This is still right in front of you. He hasn't made any progress across this hole at all. Give me a climb check.
Okay, so that's athletics.
That is athletics, yes.
16.
With a 16, you'd see his claws kind of scrabble and scrape against the side. But finally, he seems to just barely get a very precarious purchase. He's now clinging to the cliffside, right at the start of the hole, like 3 inches above the ground, just stuck to the side. Give me another climb check.
18.
And with 18, he kind of reaches, and as he reaches with one hand, his other hand slips and he grabs, resteadies himself, and reaches, and his foot kind of slips, and he grabs and resteadies himself. Then he goes to reach, and his other hand slips, and he resteadies himself again. And you see him just kind of scrabbling against the cliff wall again, right in front of you. Zerg's just standing there holding the rope like 3 feet away, just watching.
Good job, Zig.
You're doing a good job, Lizard.
Lizard kind of flails against the cliffside here.
You're doing a terrible job. Get back here.
Not to worry, I got it. Zig.
I don't
Good
think you
job.
have it.
Totally have it.
Make another check.
30.
Oh, well, I guess you have it.
With a 30. With a 30. As he finally scrabbles almost comically, but kind of terrifying, above the breaking waves below him, the water splashing up across him from these waves surging through this new crevice. He finally gets a hold and just starts clacking his way across the cliff face. And with a critical success, he quickly scoots across, ending up in just seconds as he was climbing across a ladder or a net on the other side, almost completely inhibited, waiting for a wave to break and then going before the next one can hit and knock him down.
Cool. I'm over here. Well, good job, Zig. I'll hold this end. You hold the other, and you guys can just like.
We'll
walk
use it
across.
as a tie. Yes, we'll hold on to it. And then once everyone's across, we'll use the rope to tie
Well,
around
I'm still.
Zerg.
You have the rope. It's gonna help. You're still going to need to balance to get across. So I think a
Right,
rope to
yeah.
grab onto is going to give you a +4. But I'm still going to need everyone else to give me a check. So, Selwyn, if you're confident, you want to go first. Give me
I
your
think I should.
acrobatics at a +4, since you have the rope to brace yourself on here.
Yes. So,
I touch Selwyn and give her guidance before she does this.
You sure can. Absolutely.
That's what I want to do.
thanks.
You don't want Selwyn to disappear into the ocean?
Maybe have tried. That was a natural 1. Well, with a +5, that's a 17.
So with a 17, that's a success. So the natural 1 degrades you to a failure. So Selwyn,
Oh boy.
as she goes to move, grabs the rope, steps out, and slips immediately,
Ah!
completely
Oh,
losing
wow.
her footing on the ground before a wave shoots up into her face. So she has to turn away from the cliff to steady herself on
This
this
is
rope.
bullshit.
A wave smashing into her and pulling her feet completely off of the thin walkway that's left. And then kicking her little numb feet blindly for a moment, she manages to windmill her toes on the ledge behind her and regain her purchase.
All right, I'll put on a plan, boys.
And with the rope, with your acrobatics modifier, you actually can't critically fail because a natural 1 still does just fail for you. So you managed to work your way.
I want to make another roll. See how well I do, though. I want to see how long this
About
takes
the-
me.
I hope you're rolling.
Salty, you're wrong.
That was a 14. I'm still. So it's an 18.
You do have the rope, so it's an 18.
I'm
It's
not-
an 18. You start to make your way across, but you aren't able to cross it fast enough before another one of these waves surges up and crashes
Oh, for
into you.
fuck's sake!
Make me a reflex save.
That was a 20.
And with a 20, as the wave hits you, fortunately you have a rope to brace on. You can see it coming. You're not also dealing with slipping at the same time. And hold on and kind of brace yourself as you see the water crash up through the crevice into you. Soaking wet, the howling wind now biting through your clothes. Make me one last acrobatics check.
Jesus Christ. A 13.
Wow.
That's a 1, a 3, and a 2. But the good news is you got a real high
17,
skill
yeah.
modifier. So you still make it
rope.
across to the other side. And a rope.
And a rope.
Rope MVP. Shout outs to the rope for this one.
Shoutouts to the rope. Jesus. It was horrible.
And Selwyn at the other side finally gets there.
There's a reason someone doesn't do tightrope acts.
Oh, yeah. I'll like splash water onto the ground. It's like I feel like I've lost, but I'm not sure why.
Who wants
This
to go
sucks.
Arbus.
Okay.
This is about as Gosrin as it gets here, Arvis.
You
Your
have
god
faith in your
wouldn't kill
god?
you like this.
So, all right. So my
Can I help her across? Like hold her hand or something?
Are you 15 feet away? And you got what?
Well,
Tiny little stubby velociraptor hand? No. So.
Well, I mean, I can walk back and.
this
help
isn't
her, right?
technically.
You really want to walk back?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's very specific with my stormborn feat. It's not technically a storm, and I mean I don't know if I would get any. I could just link it, I guess. Doesn't really say
Sure.
specifically, but if I because I don't know if there's any kind of penalties happening with the
This
waves.
is certainly by weather. This is definitely by weather. Like, were you trying to make ranged attacks or perception checks here? It is weather that is inhibiting you. But it's not going to help you with the. There's no actual penalty to
Yeah.
creeping across the narrow cliffside here.
Just check.
Trying to fucking fooled me.
All right. I'm gonna try it then. I'm gonna do my best balancing act here.
You got it, Arbus.
You got this. You're the best.
You're the best.
Uh-oh. We're gonna be short one druid.
Yeah, Arbus. Make me an acrobatics check.
Can I guide myself?
You sure can.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
Holy shit. Oh, this is bullshit.
24 then.
28
With
because there's the
Yeah,
rope.
28.
28 with the
With a
rope.
28, Arbus, the
Blind.
quick prayer to Gazra, takes the rope, and you have no trouble getting across whatsoever. Wait, what do you do? You describe this.
All right. Hop on the rope where they're pulling it up nice and taut. Just sort of hold my arms out and just feel the wind, and almost is her eyes closed? You gotta wonder as she's just walking across.
You pretty much does just walk,
Yeah.
seemingly completely unfazed by the situation, leaving just Ara and Zerg still bracing the rope at the far side.
I'll cross my arms. They just fucking bullshit.
So, Zerg, how are you getting across?
Zorik did not think this far ahead. I'll figure something out. You
We're
go.
tying. Do I hear him say that since we're 15 feet and the wind is
15
blowing?
feet of crashing waves and howling wind. I mean, yeah, you can hear. I mean, not so far away, you can't hear each other.
Alright, I'll fucking scream over the waves. We'll tie the rope around him so even if he fucks up, we can drag him up.
You are not strong enough.
I'm strong enough.
Yeah, listen.
Lizard is.
Saving you. Don't worry. Don't leave that.
We means lizard in that.
Exactly.
All right, Ara.
Oh,
Sounds
Zerg,
like
if
you're
you
up.
fall, I'll come save you. I'm gonna give it a try.
Get across there. You got this.
I got this. This is part of my act. What can possibly go wrong, right?
Yeah, you walk a tightrope. This is like a foot wide. It's not even that narrow.
Yeah.
This is just fear factor.
Yeah. And I'm undaunted, so let's do this.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Give me the acrobatics check.
Oh, for fuck's
28.
sake.
That's what I like to see. Ara, no problems. What happens?
Well, I hop on the rope like I'm about to walk it as a tightrope, and as I get about a third of the way there, the wind catches me, just lifts me up, and then I just fall next to Solo One's like, oh, that was kind of neat.
Alright, which of you cursed me? Which of you cursed me with something that makes me get hit by waves?
It's your little tiny shoes.
No, it was the fucking
they're like,
wolf.
they're like all slippery
I
on the
start,
bottom.
I start casting Prestidigitation on Solo One to get the water off of her.
Selwyn is soaked, and Lizard Man has also been smashed by waves several times while he was getting ready here. The waves are just kind of washing across his side, so one side of him is very moist. I don't
It's just
imagine
making me
Lizard Man
smell
really
better.
wears clothes, just armor, probably.
Mostly just armor. It's
So
fine.
there's not a whole
I'll
lot
be
to
fine.
soak.
I am completely soaked and completely unbothered by it.
Nope, just casting Prestidigitation to unsoil anything. Just
All right,
patting
So-
Solo One down.
just Zerg left at the front of this chasm.
No worries, Egg. I gotcha.
Come
this
on,
might
mighty.
be a poor time to ask this, but do you know how to tie a knot?
This is a very good question. No, Zerg does. He's done some rigging work on in the service.
Yeah, true.
There
true
you go.
Rigger, yeah.
Sort of, kind of, mostly.
Tie a knot with the rope around your stomach or waist, whatever, and start making your way across. If you fall, Lizard will save you.
You better. You'll be screwed without me. You know this.
Yeah. Lizard, I want you to keep the rope taut the whole way through. So, kind of pull on a little bit.
Okay, start walking. And I start walking backwards with the rope,
All right, so
pulling him along.
make me an acrobatics check.
Just pull it.
Acrobatics. Okay.
Oh, God.
3.
And as he holds onto this and steps forward, he immediately, focusing on Lizard Man and holding the rope, his right foot just hits air. Doesn't even hit the ledge. He just first step onto the ledge, steps clean off the side, and in an instant tumbles off the cliffside down below.
Heave
Now,
ho!
make me a reflex save, Zerg.
19.
With a 19, as you fall, as a reaction, you manage to turn and with one hand grab hold of the ledge that you would just left. Zerg is now dangling from where you all had come from, still tied taut to Lizard Man.
Lizard, this was bad idea. Why did we do this?
Not to worry. The rope is now tied around me too. You'll be fine.
You're
See,
doing
now-
great, Zerg.
I don't see this ending well. All right, Zerg's gonna try and pull himself up and stand up, back up on the cliff.
All right. So pulls Lizard Man forward a little bit, but you slowly, as waves batter you, try to pull yourself back up. And as you just go to shift your weight and get one arm up, a wave shoots up the crevice, the water jetting underneath you, between you and the cliffside, to lift you out away into the air. Make me a fortitude save.
19.
But Zerg is strongest man alive.
Of course.
You see him flop back a little bit as this wave picks him up, slapping back into the stone cliffside as he scrambles and gets back up. Now soaked and back where he
this.
started. Zerg has survived so many things. He can't die to just falling off of a cliff on the way to the adventure.
That's why we're keeping him taut so he doesn't fall.
All right, Zerg.
Oh boy, Zerg not so good with heights. Okay, now
Water's only like
a question-
50 feet below you.
Oh, yeah, only 50 feet. That's fine.
Yeah, that's
it will
nothing.
be fine.
That's like 25
Is
times
there
longer.
a level differentiation between both sides? Are they roughly the same level?
This whole passageway is very gently sloping downwards, so it would be just a little below the level you're at, but almost negligible, an inch or two lower.
Oh, no, I don't like where this is going.
15 feet across, huh?
15 feet across.
And I have a movement speed of what?
I don't know, 25 I would assume.
Yeah.
So, like a running jump would be out of the question, right?
Well,
Oh boy.
no. There is actually, there's an athletics check called long jump. There's just an action that is directly to this. And it is just an athletics check equal to the distance you are trying to jump. So you would
Okay.
need to back up, get a 10-foot gap, run forward, and leap. And it's a 15-foot gap. So you're trying to jump 20 feet.
Okay. And how long is this rope?
It's generally, I think rope
It's
comes at
pretty
50
long.
feet coils.
Yeah,
Like there's
it's
not
pretty
a
long.
rope
Okay.
length
I'll
problem.
still be tied onto you. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you'll be fine. Go for it.
You can already see what Zerg's thinking.
Zig's backing up already. Lizard's just like, do it! Inching forward to get more room.
Tell
I'm
him
gonna
what's he
ask
doing.
Wait, hold on.
Something cool.
I
That's what he's
believe in
doing.
you. Oh, he's about to die.
Oh no.
Have I still got the javelin in my hand? I do.
Well, the javelin's on your back. He gave you a sling of 4 of them in a,
Oh, I'll get you the
and a
whole sling.
quiver you
right.
can
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
across your back. Yeah, you don't have to carry it in
Cool.
your hands.
Sweet. Lizard, hold the rope. If you drop this rope, I'd be very angry with you.
I've
You
got it
won't be
tied around
alive.
my. I've got it tied around my waist. Don't worry. You go over, I go over too.
Show us that you're the strongest, Zerg.
Strongest, not so much. Fastest
That is
running,
jumping
but okay,
through
let's
the
go. So he's gonna. Oh, I can do this. I can do this. You're the strongest man alive. You cannot get killed from some water and some cliff. You can do this. Let's go. And we're gonna take a run and jump and leap from the cliff.
And as he pounds up towards the cliffside, leaping into the air, make me an athletics check.
No. That's a 1. That's a natural. I have a session reroll I can use.
That's a natural 1!
That's an 18. I have a hero point I can use.
You have a earphone you can use. You actually have 2.
I have 3.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
That is-
15. I've got another hero point I can use. What are you doing? He's
Put it on
crazy.
the dice.
He's a
Just put
crazy
on the
man.
dice.
He wants this jump so bad.
27.
Here we go.
27! As the power of chat fills Zerg directly. He leaps, you swear, almost slipping as he does, and soars majestically through the air, clearing not just the gap, but nearly 10 feet beyond. Stumbling, sliding to a stop, as he kind of loses his balance and tumbles down to a knee, landing almost 30 feet away next to Lizard across the chasm.
Superman pose. This is no problem.
No problem. I like it. Good job, man.
I saw that one, I was like, oh, we're 2 people about to die. And with such a glorious success, Jasteron tossing in a hero point refill Zerg.
Yeah, Jasteron.
Oh, God.
After Zerg
Come on, there's all the
lands-
people who are stopping for hero points, please.
After Zerg lands,
Comes
I'm gonna
for the
try
boar.
to climb up on his
Please.
back.
I got eat by a plant.
Question: would that nat one, as it would have been, that would have killed probably myself and Lizard, right?
Well, the nat one, your critical failure means you would have failed to jump and fallen, and you would not even have jumped far enough to get a chance to grab the far. As long as you got at least 15, you would have gotten a reflex save to grab the far edge. So you would have just fallen. My plan in my head, as I formulated as the events unfolded before me, was to give Lizard an athletics check to hold you. And if he failed that, a pretty hard reflex save to catch the ledge with both of your weight on him before both of you pretty much just died, yeah.
Holy fuck! Thanks, Jasteron.
Alright, good,
Thanks,
good.
everybody.
Yeah, that was easy. Easy peasy. See someone, my plans are always the best.
I think that was my plan, but okay.
So,
I feel fine.
Yeah, good job,
undoing
man.
the ropes around the pair of your waists and coiling it back up to put it back in your bag as you watch, or as you continue walking, you proceed the rest of the half mile or so down the way to the hermitage. It's going to be about 2 in the afternoon by the time it finally comes into view. The cliffside widens to a much larger much more massive landing that is not 5 feet wide and certainly not 1 foot wide, nearly 100 feet across, as it opens up into almost a cove. The cliffside to your left arcing a little ways over, and the square stone front of a building jutting out into the center of this massive platform. You can see the stone that makes up the outside of this building blackened with what looks like strange, jagged burns that near the front coat almost the entirety of the outside of the building. And around the sides further back spawn an errant, nearly triangular blasts down its side. At this point, the cliffside has become wide enough that it is not all simply wet, errant, wave-beaten stone. The waves finally getting some distance away from you off to your right, no longer misting you constantly as you walk. And as you approach the outside of this building, the smell of the salt in the air slowly starts to battle with a second scent. An odd, but not unpleasant odor, almost of like old baking powder. It's strange. It's not a good smell by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not particularly bad. As you come around this building, you can see there's a second smaller building, a dark wooden shed set further back into the side of the cliff as well. But 2 creatures, the first you've seen other than gulls out in the distance, circling above the breaking waves. 2 frog-like creatures that seem to just be sitting outside the front of the hermitage, just basking in the sun here in the much more open stone. And Jasteron, you absolute legend, following up Zerg's hero point with a massive $20 tip. Oh, shush. 1 for everyone but Zerg.
Woo! All's for the poor!
Oh yeah!
Big
Alms
works!
for the poor.
Nice.
Take your pity hero points, party. Jasteron,
I'll
thank you
take 'em
so
happily.
much for loading
you.
everyone up there. I'm gonna bring us over yonder to this situation. Let me pull us. Why can't I pull us? Oh, because I'm on the map tool and I can't pull when I'm doing map things. Or the ruler, rather. You approach here, the hermitage, this large building on your left. Out in front of you, a much smaller wooden shed. The path along the cliff does seem to continue to the north, up past this one much larger, widened area. But these 2 frog-like creatures basking start to notice as you approach. They don't rush you, they don't charge you, they're just animals hanging out on the warm stone. But as they turn around, you can see that each of them has got pretty enormous tusks jutting down over their lower lip, and strange frills, almost like massive eyebrows, jutting out above their strange yellow pupils. As you get closer, the smell of old baking powder becomes stronger and even a bit worse. And Lizard Man, as you take 1 extra step forward, you feel just the wet of the sea mist on the stone replaced a bit with something much stickier and generally unpleasant feeling upon your feet.
Is this the hermitage?
The frog
Are
just
you
looks at
asking
you
those things?
blankly, blinking one eye and then the other.
Arbus, what are those?
Well, the frog people, obviously.
Yeah, can I determine what these are?
You
Are they
can.
natural?
They would be a nature check. What is your nature modifier?
9.
Nice.
I also want to know. I'm on Lizard Man.
You would be perfectly familiar with these things here. This is a slurk. A slurk is a perfectly common animal, and It is largely exactly what it looks like. It is just a massive, oversized frog. They normally live underground, so it's kind of odd to see them up on the surface, but cliff sides, especially cliff sides of the ocean like this, aren't unheard of for slurks to hang out at. These creatures are very unpleasant because they constantly exude a sticky substance that they coat their lairs and their territory with. And as you see lizards step forward, you just squelch. This is clawed foot digs into whatever it is. It only solidifies your certainty of what these are. They are, well, intelligent in the same way like a dog or a wolf is. They're an animal. They're not particularly, they're not sentient or anything. But have a surprising cunning to them. And typically, given their fairly large stature and massive tusks, are fairly territorial. The most interesting thing about them is they seem to be able to control their slimy exertions completely. Where normally they passively exude this weird sticky slime, they can on command or when threatened, or even as a hunting tactic, do exactly the opposite and exude an incredibly slippery substance instead.
Try to summarize that real quick, everybody.
I mean, yeah, we're not in combat or anything, so I mean, you got time to literally tell them as much as you want. Like, this isn't a 6-second get out what you can.
Yeah, I will go until they stop me, essentially, of how much things I know about these.
Oh, so they're not just like frogmen.
I don't think they're just like Rockman now.
So can you like tell them that we're just like passing through and stuff?
I was just gonna ask that question. If they're low intelligence and you said sentient, I don't know.
Not sentient. They just are kind of
Not
smart for
sentient.
animals.
So they couldn't understand me, essentially.
Well, you could. They're animals. You're a druid. You could use wild empathy. You can't
yeah.
talk to them, but they're smart like a dog is smart.
Miss Cubby.
Yeah, I miss Cubby too. He's the best. What a good dog.
He's such a good boy.
I'm gonna walk up next to the lizard and then like look at them and hands at my sides, just trying to present myself as unthreatening, and just motion to the door and do the druids live here? Is this the hermitage? Well, yeah, let's just go with the druid thing. I don't want to get too involved.
So, wild empathy, you can, like, on a basic level, communicate with animals and make requests of them. They don't. It's a frog, and it's no idea what a druid is. Like, it can't. It can't talk back
I need
to
to
you.
dumb it down. All right.
Yeah, like you. It's basically, your connection with nature lets you use diplomacy to ask things of animals, but I mean, like, they can't answer you. It's just like, hey, could you not attack us? Like, can you move? Like, things like that. Like, basic concepts. Because it's only frog smart. It ain't got a language or anything.
Okay, I want to try that again. We are friendly. Can you not attack us? We have a meeting with inside.
Make me your diplomacy check. Now, it would take you like a minute or so to make your case here, because you can't request quickly. You have to make an impression, basically.
Let's see what I get. 25.
So you step forward, and with a 19 on the die, the frogs look at you kind of blankly before just sort of paddling a little bit further back away.
Give them a nice little bow, and then I'll start walking towards the door. It's
Oh,
okay.
Ray. You're the best.
So
Don't
as
be
you
scared.
As you approach the doorway here, the front doors of the hermitage are massive and solid oaken construction. A huge carved double door with an incredibly elaborate engraving upon the outside. On the left hand, you see the image of a man who seems to be made near of solid clouds, rising from a whirlwind, with a lightning bolt clasped in his hands, raised overhead. While on the left, a woman sinking down, seashells adorning her hair, and seaweed wrapping around the bottom of the panel, swimming down from a whirlpool. The two figures almost swirling together, almost kind of like yin and yang. The artisanship astonishing here, and you would need absolutely no check whatsoever, Arbus, to be aware that this is the two forms of Gazra, the wind and the waves.
I would literally like rub my hands on the door, just sort of taking it all in, appreciating it. It's the Storm Lord.
Oh. Well, it's pretty fancy. Does the door open, or are you looking for some like hidden lever?
I mean, we should.
Knock.
What is the thing we do, Selwyn, when
Knock.
On what?
where we want to go in?
The knock.
Open the door.
Knock. That's it. We should knock. It's polite, right?
Right.
Yep, I agree.
Great.
Let's
I'll
try that.
knock. Great.
Go for it.
Knocking occurs.
So as you knock upon the door here, you from inside, from appears to be a little far back from the door, you hear a voice yelling out something in the distance. And you hear a massive smack and silence.
Alright. We should open the door.
Before-
Sounds like the Celestial Menagerie is in there.
One half of the door slowly creaks open, revealing a man dressed fairly simply with a leather armor around him and strapped to one arm a wooden shield with an iron frame. The image of a leaf with a dewdrop hanging from it, the same image as the clasp of the demon's brooch at the church, the holy symbol of Gazra, emblazoned across its middle. He just cracks the door open a little bit and leans his head, his face weathered, a white mustache blowing up across the sides of his face into his hair pulled back in a ponytail. Hi. I'm sorry, but we're not accepting visitors at the moment.
Excuse me, sir. Have you seen Mayor Holden?
Can't say I have, no. Haven't been down to Abberton in some weeks. Been concerned with our studies and operations here. I'm sorry, we're very busy. I'll have to ask you to come back another time.
Well, you see,
Pilgrims
my
are
good.
always welcome, but unfortunately, not right now.
Well, we're here
He
with
shuts the
the What? Damn it!
Can I try and put my arm in the door before he shuts it?
Yeah, you could jam it as you put your as he goes to shut the door. You just stick your little claw fingers in there. And he goes to shut it, and it just hits you scaled hands. He looks down. Look, I understand you might believe your matters to be urgent, but I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. You'll have to
There's
come back
stuff we can
later.
do. Too bad. That road sucks. We're not coming back.
It's true.
I'm
We
sorry
also need to
for-
find the mayor. Apparently he came
Withdraw
over
your
here.
hand, lizard man.
No.
Sir, I pardon for my friends here. They don't understand our ways. I am also a druid. I understand.
That's fantastic. Ask a friend to move his hand and there won't be trouble. We've much to attend to. I don't wish to start a fuss, please.
What was the muffled voices before? Noises. And what was the smack?
Prayers, perhaps. You see our location. This
That doesn't seem
our
right.
warship is quite involved.
I know a backhand when I hear one.
We just
And,
want to. We're looking for the mayor for the town. That's all we are here to do.
With
we
that,
don't mean
he casts the door open. And you can see 2 other men behind him, shields raised, tridents in hand, and himself with a trident in his hand hidden behind the door as well as it flies open. Mayor David Holden, bloodied and unconscious, back in the corner behind them.
Well, we found him.
And
Yep,
as the
well.
door opens, they are certainly meaning to attack.
Wow.
But before we roll our initiative and everything here, as we make it to the front door of the Hermitage of Blessed Lightning, I think it's a pretty solid place for us to take our midstream break here real quick. So, chats, things are wrong at the Hermitage indeed. And, well, as Selwyn may have predicted, looks like we're going to have to bitch slap some druids. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes to do exactly that. Stay tuned, everybody. A fight's a brewing. But that's cool. We'll figure it all out later. Welcome back, everybody. Take your seats and roll some initiative. Because these first 3 members in the doorway here clearly have some problems with us. Oh, I can't put in that. I'm stupid. I'm trying to type in the initiative table on my other monitor.
Good job, idiot.
I'm smart. Okie dokie. So is that everyone? Drop it with the sort. And as the door opens, Ara, Tiny Plant Man, you're the first to react.
Well, I immediately, in my big brain processing power, panic and pluck a leaf off of me and cast Magic Fang, which I don't think I typed out yet, but it basically, I can pick a willing target, which I'm going to slap the leaf on the back of Lizard and make his claw attack +1 bonus to attack rolls and increase damage dice to 2 dice instead of 1 if it is not already.
So Lizard Man now has +1 striking hands.
Yeah.
And then the guy in the back is going to eat a elemental toss as I just throw some fire at him. That's 1 action.
And with 13, you just kind of toss it over the group here. We'll have their shields raised. And he raises up the wood, and your little handful of fire just washes across it in a brief gout of flame. Arvis.
Can I tell if these guys are actually druids just by their garb?
You can recall knowledge, and you
Okay.
can recall knowledge. This is the thing that, like, I swear, never came up in first edition too. It's always been a thing. You can recall knowledge on people enemies too, just to kind of size them up. So
Yeah.
it is society because it's a humanoid though. So
Oh, that's gross. It's literally the most unsociety thing I'm trying to figure out, too. All right, well, I'll just roll a natural 20 then. It'll be fine.
well, I roll it because it's a secret check.
Why do you gotta roll it?
Because if you critically fail, you misidentify them.
All right, well, go ahead. I have a 0 modifier.
I see that you
if
have a
helps
0
you.
modifier, so I'll go ahead and roll one here. So, looking them up and down with their shields raised, tridents in hand, they're wearing leather garb with mainly wooden weapons and armor. But none of them have yet displayed any aptitude for magic or anything, and without really being able to see them go, you can't entirely tell what kind of powers they have at all. As one action.
I am going to 5 foot away. As I do, just sort of almost PTSD a little bit of things that I've seen in my past that could be starting to happen again here, and I'm gonna freeze.
All right. Tarbis backs away in shock as the druid next to the door, readied as his friend throws it open, shield already raised, sees how many people there are outside. Because he didn't really get a view. Only the guy in front could see through the crack before it was thrown open. And seeing everyone that's there, his eyes kind of go wide for a moment before he grits his teeth, pulls his trident back, and just yells out in pure unbridled fury. And as he does, you can see the veins around his neck kind of grow and pulse a dark black color, reaching into the edges of his face. As even some of the color drains out of the pupils of his eyes as he jabs the trident through the doorway with a fury. Now, because this is massive double door in the front that's kind of reaching across these squares, nobody's really got cover on the front line here. So, Lizard Man, what's your AC?
My AC is 20.
And as the door flies open, he slams this trident into you. And he pushes it through with phenomenal strength. Something it really doesn't feel like a human should have. A recurring theme in this adventure. And you are going to take 8 damage before he pulls it back and raises his shield up. Lizard Man.
I bear my weight down on my shield and I barrel kind of into the first guy, trying to push him back or knock him over or anything to that general area, I guess.
Okay.
With a 16.
With a 16, he's already got his shield up as the one in the front's the only one who hasn't got his shield in the way. But as you go to push into him, he kind of gets his shield between the two of you and plants his feet and holds you there.
Okay. Fine. Can I scamper past? Can I get through this?
With how wide the doorway is, you can move through.
Okay, and what is this black thing?
That is a column. It also does not take up a lot of space, and you can move around that as well. While you're sharing its space, you can take an action to hide behind it and give yourself cover, but only if nobody circles around it with you.
Okay, well, I'm going to go, I'm going to circle all the way back around to this man in the back who is looking very ferocious and whatnot, and I'm just going to try and, swipe him back, try and... The idiot has his stupid black veins and whatnot. So this is +1, but -3. So -2. -2 for 25.
So... Wait. Why is it only
-4.
-2? -4.
So, but it's +1 for being striking.
Right, so -3 total, so 24.
Yeah.
Either of the 24, even with his shield raised, you skirt around, and that's definitely going to connect.
Okay, so that's 10 damage plus another d6.
Yep. Sure is.
So that's another 6.
That's pretty good.
So 16 damage.
Yeah, and as you rake these glimmering magic claws up into him, he's only a guy. He can only take so much hitting. And, that's 3, right?
That is 3. I would just be very surprised because I couldn't really, it's not like I could really tell the leaf was stuck to me, so I'm gonna look at my hand, look at my claws, kind of widen my eyes.
That was double 6s on the attack roll too, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of widen my eyes at my claws and grin down at this man in front of me.
And he's gonna pop the shield up first action, getting it between the two of you, before taking a careful stab with his trident. Which, as he's kind of left reeling from this strike, you're going to be able to duck under and it just skirts across your skills before he steps around you to the side.
Okay.
Selwyn. Very careful to not get hit again.
Yeah. I'll roll my sleeve up a quick second, looking into the smudged ink that's there, and scream at the guy at the front. We're here on behalf of the Criminal Investigative Society of Mayoral Kidnappings, and you're under arrest. And I'll make a intimidate check.
Okay.
A 12, not a great one.
It's because you fucked it up on the delivery, but it's okay.
Yeah.
He's more confused than anything.
And then I'll zap him with lightning, him and his buddy.
The two in the front?
No, this one and this one.
Oh, okay, the one that's damaged the one in front.
Yes.
And they will make some savers. What's the DC?
The DC is DC 18.
That is going to be a failure from the one next to... Wait, no, it's going to be 2 successes, actually.
All right. So that'll be 5 damage to them both.
Okay, these guys are on the defensive right now after an insane lizard just almost disemboweled somebody in a single blow. Zerg!
So the guy within my line of sight here, right in front of the door, has he got his shield up?
I put shield icons in the tokens of the guys who have raised their shields. So the guy right in front of the door is opening the door. He hasn't had an opportunity to put his shield in front of him yet. He had to get the door open, so he's just wide open right now.
Remembering about the flying fist, Zerg is going to grab one of the javelins and just throw it at this guy.
All right, so you pull one off your back, chuck it, and so this attack roll, let me look at the character sheet real quick. I don't know if it has innately. It's going to be a d20 plus it's the same proficiency. The only difference is it's going to use your dexterity instead of your strength. So what we can do for simplicity, because we don't have this on your sheet yet, is it's going to be a normal attack. It's just 3 lower because you have 3 less dex modifier than strength.
Okay. 25.
So with a 25, the javelin, he's 10 feet away. You can almost reach him with it. You throw the javelin directly into this dude's shoulder. And it is going...
Flying fist!
And that's going to do D6 plus your full strength. You get all your strength because you can throw it as hard as you can. So D6 plus 4.
Okay, so do I just roll a d6?
You can just roll D6 and we'll add 4. That'll work. We'll add the javelin to your sheet later.
5.
5! Still, damage is damage.
That sucks.
And after he gets zapped and takes the javelin, and it's stuck into his shoulder, pulling it out, throwing it, still leaves you with 1 action.
I'd like to charge him.
All right.
Just run at him.
Do you want to run directly in front of him, or kind of like diagonal?
Like
here?
shoulder, like sort of shoulder barge into him if I can.
You can run up to him, but since you have to get there, you won't be able to actually slam into him until next round.
Okay.
So you can end the round charging at him.
Yeah, I'll end the round preparing to run at full strength at him.
And as he sees you running at him, and he takes a couple of hits here, he is going to throw his shield up as well before trying like hell to dive out of the way. And he's going to come out onto the stone here, keeping the shield towards Zerg as he wheels around and brings the trident down to Selwyn. What's your AC?
Wait, hold up, that's illegal. My AC is 20 still.
That is going to miss. He's way more focused on keeping Zerg away from him than he is on goring you. Ara.
You're muted.
I was muted, guys. I'm gonna take a step back and just do the old Aura special, which is try to burn someone. So
Fair enough.
Try to burn someone.
We're gonna try to produce flame.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh boy.
For 28.
Flame has been produced. Who's on fire?
The guy right in front of me. Sorry, I meant the one guy I can see.
You
Try
can,
to
see,
stop
you can see
someone.
everybody.
Can I? From on my screen, I can't see anyone.
Oh, the one that's out in the yard with you. Okay.
Yeah.
So you hit him with a blast of fire for 9 damage.
Plus, I believe it's now actually 2. The extra damage is spell level.
Oh, okay, so 11 damage.
Yes.
Big paw.
Yes.
He takes that, reeling, his shield out towards Zerg, not you.
And I'll wave.
Aramis.
Still kind of not about this life. This guy is on fire in front of me here. I'm
Not on fire, but he got hit with some fire.
He got hit with some fire and he didn't like it. I want to plead with him to surrender. I am the Stormborn. I am here on behalf of Gazra himself. The wind has brought me here. Surrender immediately. That's me.
He just quickly turns his head to you. What is this heresy?
I am the Stormborn. Gazra's chosen, the Valatu. You have to listen.
It doesn't particularly seem like he's listening. He just seems more mad, if anything.
Okay, so that's one action?
Yeah, we'll say that's one.
Then I leave the choice to you. And I will put my hands out to my sides. Can I ready something?
Yeah, you have 2 actions. You can ready something that takes 1 action.
Oh, I can't ready something.
Can't ready
that takes
spells
2
in
actions.
2e.
Right.
Well, unless they're 1 action spells.
Oh, because I don't want to do it unless.
Come on, Gray. He already tried to stab me.
6 seconds.
I'm gonna just 5 foot away and raise my shield.
The angry one in the front here sees Lizard Man just kind of run by and sees Zerg bull rushing into the room and keeping his shield up, just overcome by this feral fury, these dark veins pulsing in the side of his face, his eyes draining of even further color, just roars as he lunges forth with the trident into Zerg. I'm gonna do this a little differently. I started trying this on Age of Ashes, and you guys tell me how it feels instead of asking you your AC, because for years I have had you guys tell me your AC, so I didn't tell you the enemy's attack rolls because it was kind of like metagamey, because you're like, oh, he can hit so good. But that's kind of a thing you would know. You would sort of know how well an enemy is hitting, and like that's quantified via the number that they roll with their attack. So instead of asking your AC, Zerg, I'm going to say armor class 20. Does that hit you?
Is it equal or above and it hits?
Equal or above is a hit.
It just hits.
Okay.
I got 20 AC.
I like that.
Because then you can kind of get an idea of like how effectively they're attacking you. And he is going to hit you for 14.
Oof.
And then he is going to try again.
Try it to end
with
again.
Armor class 17, which is you're gonna be able to duck out of the way of that one. You can't keep up the assault forever. You put all the weight into the first one. Lizard Man.
Okay, I grin down at the one next to me with like my claw that's just kind of dripping with blood, and I'm like, I am invigorated now. This is more like it, and I will just try and take him down with a 23.
23 is gonna hit, but as you do, he throws his shield in the way to try and catch as much of your claw as he can.
So I get another plus 6d6, so that would be for a total of 11. So I'm not
This is
sure
hardness.
how much.
There it is. So with an 11, your claws are going to rake through his shield, punching out a chunk in the corner of it and bending the metal frame. This magic empowering you to an insane level, and you're still gonna strike him for 8, actually. Leaving him just barely still standing.
He's looking pretty dead.
He's looking real close.
So I'm just gonna draw back with my other hand and just like punch him and try and get him just out of the way. So that's would that be unarmed? So it'd be this -2. My regular hit -2. Well,
-4 plus 1, so -3.
Well, no, unarmed also gets a unarmed.
Unarmed is agile, so it's -4 instead of 5.
I don't know why that rolled twice. But isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. For non-lethal, it doesn't make a difference.
Oh, are you non-lethaling?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
so it's
just gonna punch him.
-4. It's non-lethal, so it's -6. You have magic weapons, so it's 1 higher than usual, so it's -5.
Okay.
Just roll
Okay.
it one more time because I don't know what to take of those two.
Okay.
Because 1 hits, 1 misses.
Okay. So -5 is 23. Right.
And
2.
with the 22.
I know how to do math.
Oh, math is hard today. With a 22,
I'm there with you.
off balance, his shield pretty severely damaged. You ball up your hand and just pop him in the face, and he falls over unconscious.
And then I'm going to snarl at the other one that's like going up against Zerg and just step up to him. But snarling.
All right, Selwyn.
I would like to see what Cirque does.
All right, Zerg. Dude, right out of the way.
Well, I mean, I was charging at this guy, but he's not there anymore.
There is still a guy, though.
There is still a. I can't. Is he the one that's next to Selwyn there?
There's also one
there's-
right next to you.
There's a
I
guy.
can't see him. Is he in the
Here.
inside of the door?
Oh, he's right inside the door, yeah. He's right
Okay.
there. The door's in a really awkward place. It's wide enough that you can still fight through this front line here.
Oh, okay.
I kind of scuffed
Well,
the
as
dynamic.
Zerg is coming in full sprint, just a minor change of direction to shoulder barge the guy immediately next to me. Then.
All right, and as you slam into him, give me that athletics check.
It's a 16.
With a 16, this is the Black Vein dude, and he has his shield raised. And as you come through the door, he just catches you on the shield, and it's like running into the worms again. The dude's just iron and doesn't budge.
Zerg's gonna rage and grab the shield.
Okay.
Give me this!
Oh no!
I'll attempt to grab it. I can't move.
Make-
I can't
yep.
move rage and
Now he's pissed.
Make me another athletics check.
18.
-5 for being your second turn. You go to grab onto the shield, and he just wrenches it away from your hands as you're transforming and grasping at him. Selwyn, well, he's trying to monkey grab the shield out of that guy's hands, it seems.
Alright. Well, I'm going to Twin Fate the one in front of me because I assume if I moved lower, I would not be flanking given he was higher before.
No, he is
right?
not. Yeah, he is not quite flanking.
Yeah. In that case, I will Twin Fate. And with a 21 on the first.
With a 21, as you start swinging, he lowers his shield and braces it against his trident to block. But that hits.
Alright. For 10 damage.
So you do 7 instead.
And then here comes the sneak attack. For a 21 minus 4, so a 17, but he is... Wait, no.
15
I'm
minus
looking
4.
right. 15, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, and with that second one, even as you're with your one sword poking through his shield, he manages to twist it around and throw the other one enough out of the way.
Wait. I have an action left.
Yeah. Do you think?
Well, sir, this has been an extremely enlightening meeting. I must take my leave. It's late. And I'll run away.
Wait, what is your speed?
Oh, wait. Sorry, that was one too far.
That's like, what? You're
I
so
was like,
fast.
he's halfway to flirt.
There you go.
Oh, you have
Very
30?
full value. I have 30. Yeah,
By
that's
the
a
power
great.
of fleet.
Uh-huh.
So as you go to run away from him, he roars out, "No, you don't!" and chases after.
Excuse me, sir. Chasing is legal.
All of these frogs just watch.
And, well, he's ran away from the frogs, fortunately. Yeah, they are just kind of sitting there watching, hanging out. As he pounds after you, and as first action, because you're a bit faster than him, closes the distance, the spear raised, roars out, "Get back here!" And you see his eyes start to fade and the veins start to pump up as well, as he swings down with much more force than he did before. Armor class 21.
That hits.
He's going to bring this trident down for 11 damage.
Ooh.
But his shield now hangs at his side, almost forgotten in his rage. Aura.
Why is he running away from me? as I just try to figure out how to cast spells again. I'm gonna produce flame on the guy that just ran away from me for 22.
Don't run. But a 22, as he stabs down Selwyn, you see a burst of fire wash over him from behind as the produced flame brings him down.
And I added my my bonus damage into that one.
Yee!
That one.
Well, he's definitely down.
And I take a step.
Arvis.
Seeing Selwyn take the hit, I'm going to run over to her and I'm gonna battle medicine her as she's there reeling from the attack. That's
Are you going for... You're expert in medicine right now.
I am, yes.
So, do you want to go for the trained or the expert DC?
Yeah, let's go with the big boy. Who cares?
Complicate
I
treatment.
care.
DC 20.
29.
That's almost a critical success. So Selwyn gets 2d8 plus 10 health back.
Yeah, I'm full no matter what you roll.
10 bangers. Let's see. 15.
Yep, that's
Well,
more than
doesn't
11.
matter.
So
More than 11.
Yeah.
So as I'm doing that, patting her and Selwyn, are you okay? And put my other hand on the back of her neck, saying, I don't know what's going on here, but we need to save the mayor, and cast guidance into her as my third action.
What a guy.
already, the
Where'd he go?
last of the druids still standing in this fight here, enraged as Zerg tries to grab his shield, just swings out again toward him.
Can I try and catch his arm with my claw? Or swipe at him with
No.
attack of opportunity?
He's attacking.
Oh,
Attacking
okay,
doesn't
okay,
provoke.
Sorry.
But with armor class 14, he is going to miss. And as he, or rather just kind of scrape it across your hide as you're somehow surprisingly difficult to damage, he's not expecting you to make no attempt to avoid him. But as you try to grab at his shield, he just lifts up one leg and he's just going to try to boot you back out of the building here. And what's your athletics DC?
That's the one next to athletics, right?
Yep.
Yep.
11.
So 21.
Yikes.
21.
He's going to critically fail, which means you knock him prone. So what are you doing? He tries to kick you out of the room.
Well, I've attempted to grab his shield. That didn't work. In comes the boot and Zerg grabs his leg. Not today. Push him down to the ground.
As he
You do
falls
not
down,
kick Zerg.
as he falls down, his last action is just to bring his shield up over the top of him, trying to protect himself. Lizard man.
Okay.
Rage
Nobody
fight.
ever said anything about, hitting a man while he's down, so I'm gonna hit a man while he's down. With a 19?
Man's been hit while he's down.
20.
Oh
20.
boy.
Aha! 20 with another D6.
Dude's AC is like 16 right now. I mean, you good. Actually, it's not
Oh,
that low.
perfect.
It's
So for 12.
12 damage. All right. Solid hit.
And then I'm going to try and pin him to the floor.
Okay. So we got athletics and -5 to your second action here.
Okay, so 22.
And with a 22, he is grabbed. So you stick your claw through him, and it's through his arm and his armor, catching
Ooh.
some of his flesh and a lot of leather, and holding him down onto the ground. He can't move.
Hey, Arvis, this one might speak.
Well, Zerg. Raging Monkey Man.
Raging Monkey Man doesn't care if he speaks. Raging Monkey Man sees a man under a shield held down by a lizard who's got a people's elbow coming for him.
Baby, give it to
Give me the Raging Monkey
Give
strike.
it to him!
You gotta take the elbow pad off.
Straight down onto the shield just to crush him under it, basically. With a 19 to hit.
19 is absolutely gonna hit. As his Raging Monkey elbow comes down, he braces his trident across the shield against it to try and block.
8 bludgeoning damage.
All right, so you're gonna do 5 as your elbow cracks the shield inward a bit, crushing it down into him.
Now, elbow in shield. I guess I would just keep cracking with the elbow on the shield.
Just keep it.
Oh wait, that was damage. Sorry.
Well, that'll be if you hit, that'll come out. But
11.
11's not gonna do it. You slam an elbow into the shield. You can do it one more time.
13.
The yellow.
Oh, minus. Yeah.
Minus 10, so it's 3. Yeah, you just slamming elbows into the shield as you're just laying on top of it. So when you see the pounding of wood, as this druid is literally getting beaten into the ground here.
I'll double move up to here. And tell him, sir, you really should surrender. We have the law on our side. There's nothing you can do. And I'll try to intimidate him.
Okay.
For 14, I'm not being very intimidating today.
Yeah, so you're still a little wet. You don't look super intimidating right now. You're like a drowned puppet. Ara. You muted again, I think. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I was muted. I'm actually just gonna hold and watch Zerg and the Lizard Man beat this man.
Arvis.
I'm gonna try to double move here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You get the here with 2. Okay, so I see there. This is the last guy that's up, right?
Yeah, Lizard Man's got his claws pierced through the dude's arm, holding him down, and Zerg is basically on top of him, just slamming his shield with his elbow over and over.
You are beaten. Surrender, and you may live. It's me.
And he just roars out, "Ah! Begone, beasts!" and swinging the trident out at everyone around him. So the first swing is going to be towards Arabis. Just going wild down here. That's going to be an armor class 22.
Hit.
And he's going to strike you for 13 damage. Second swing going towards Zerg. Armor class 17. Probably not going to do it.
No luck.
And once again, just kind of flailing it past you. He can't really get a good angle on you while you're on top of him here. And just keep his shield up in between the two of you. He does not seem to be interested in surrendering. Lizard Man.
Okay, so with one hand holding his arm, I'm going to use that to leverage to try and slam his head into the ground.
Okay.
You know.
Not lethally, or like?
No, not really. Probably
Okay.
just
Very lethal.
fully lethally. Well, he's a slippery guy, so that's 14.
14's not gonna do it.
Okay, then I will try and readjust my hold because my claws are a little bit bloody, you know. And this one will probably do it. It's minus 3. So it's a 27.
Minus 4. So it's gonna be a 26.
No, because it's
Oh wait,
Minus +1.
it's agile. Minus 3. You were right. 27. So with a 27, that's gonna critically succeed.
Sir.
So
What
that
do you-
is 30 damage.
Oh no.
What do you do?
I hold his arm, I readjust my grip on his arm, and I slam my fist down, and it just crushes his skull. And it just, like an egg yolk, just kind of lands on the ground.
Everybody's throwing up in the corner now. Oh.
Dude, sick.
Yeah, I don't know what's my claws, just super deadly today.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Weird,
Yeah, they usually aren't.
super cool. This guy, the grass,
I'll
his brains
rush out
all over the
to-
place.
To hold him and look him over.
This
Away
other
with the
guy's still
frogs as
alive
I go
though.
back inside.
Actually, yeah, can you close the door behind us?
Close the door behind us.
And as you all come into the room here, closing the door behind you, The sound of the crashing waves still so loud as to be audible even in this inner chamber, but now much quieter, overcome by the crackling fire of torches set into sconces in the walls. You get a look around this blood-spattered chamber you've battled your way into here. It's impressive, really. These 4 narrow columns spread throughout the entryway, each carved in 2 different forms. The ones on the left carved together as massive oaken trees, their branches spreading up at the top to hold the ceiling, and the ones on the right like woven, intertwined corals, climbing the full height of the room. Doors lead out to your right and left, but only a heavy green curtain before you separates this chamber from what lies beyond, deeper within the hermitage. Now, Mayor Holden, laying on the ground, looks to also be unconscious. He doesn't look to have suffered any truly lethal injuries, but his eyes pretty severely blackened, and his face fairly bloodied. His clothes are a bit torn, ragged in places, with some other cuts and scrapes throughout, but nothing severe. What he would have would just constitute a ton of non-lethal damage, basically.
So I should. Is this administer first aid?
You can
option
absolutely,
here?
yep. You can
Yeah,
still
I'm gonna-
administer first aid, absolutely, for someone who's taken a bunch of non-lethal damage.
Yeah. I'm rushing, get out my healer's tools and do everything I can here. You need a medicine check, right?
Yes. Expert or trained?
Go expert.
Okay.
Oh.
From the 19, Arbus kneels down. And you're not battle medicining him, are you? Or are you?
No, I was going to take the time to do it.
So she pulls out her medicine kit and starts to treat the mayor here, make sure he's okay. I mean, you know this is going to take some time. It's a medical procedure. It's not going to be extraordinarily brief. What are the rest of you doing here?
So this guy over here is still alive. Anybody want me to just like kill him, or do we want him alive? I didn't know at the time, so I just left him alive. But
We don't need any more killing. Please
Yeah,
let me work here.
well, no, I'm not talking about the mayor. I'm not going to kill the mayor. I was just talking about this other guy.
No more killing.
Oh, okay. Okay. See, I was thinking of you when I didn't kill him, so you're welcome.
Well, to be fair, they are trying to kill us.
What about you, Zerg? Ara? What are you guys doing as Arbus kneels down to try to tend to this? Your rage wears off here as everyone rushes into the room and shuts the door.
The hair receding. Yes, my elbow is it break metal almost. It feels pretty cool.
Oh,
His head not look so good, but it felt cool.
yeah.
Well, buddy, it's time for what we do every day. It's time we to know more about orc physiology. And I'll try and medicine him.
I'm just gonna.
Be careful, please.
So someone's gonna try to treat Zerg.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, she succeeded! She did it, ladies and gentlemen.
Excuse me, I've got a solid 60 for you.
I have victory music on Sirenscape for this exact situation.
Oh wow. So special.
Say you learn
that
from every
rare.
failure.
So Zerg gets 2d8 health back as Arbus is trying to treat the mayor. 10.
No.
10 health.
Slightly
Solid.
above average.
Yeah, you're able to touch him up pretty well. He didn't get hit that hard in the fight. Still looks a little bit roughed up, but just a little. Knowing Zerg, I'm sure he's not bothered.
I feel
So-
fine.
After that 10 minutes of you guys, of you treating Zerg and Arbus trying to treat the mayor does not awaken. He seems to be pretty well out. And even 10 minutes of her expertise isn't able to bring him around.
Okay, I am not enough. Then maybe the Stormlord can help. Let's try this. And I'll just put both my hands on his chest and try to heal him with magic.
Okay. You give him. Are you giving him a 2-action heal?
Yeah.
Alright, you focus all of your energy for this magic down into Mayor Holden. And roll me however much it is you're healing for. The thinking. Big boy heal.
16.
He's the
16.
second level spell slot.
No. Oh, it's only supposed to be 1d8. My fault.
Oh, well,
don't know why.
let's take one off then, so 15. Almost
Yeah.
the max roll with a first level spell slot. So, as you pump this energy into him, he almost jerks back to consciousness with a gasp. Just, oh, what? Oh.
Hey, Holden, my boy, my lad, my
I
man.
wave at him.
Circus folk, the carnies. Where are we?
Excuse me.
What are you doing here?
We're at the hermitage. You got pip slapped, right?
Oh, I suppose I did. Oh.
Incredible. I can still put a mile away. Are you okay? What happened?
Oh, by Abbott on my head. It's been a mess. It's been a right mess. You. What day is it? God, what year is it? I feel like I've been here for weeks.
You've been here for like a few days at most. We fixed your whole town, by the way. Everything's tip top. Sheriff's died though, but other than that, all peachy.
And he looks around. Oh, Peachy. Have you seen what's happened with the druids?
Well, I haven't seen what's happening with
Now the
dudes.
hermitage has fallen.
Fallen to what?
No, and he looks and he sees the dude with the just the head crushed against the stone floor.
There is no
Past you
head
guys and just
I would kind of, I would scoot like with my foot. I'd like scoot some of the brains back towards the head. Don't worry about it. Just a little.
she rolls
overly-
over on the floor. Oh, what happened? What happened? Oh, I looked again. I shouldn't have looked again.
I would take the guy's shield that's like all dented in and then put it over his head.
There you go. All fixed, all peachy. Can you explain what happened when you went here?
Oh, yes. Oh, by heaven, of course. Yes. Doc, I came down to talk to Reginald, to talk with the leader, the one who runs the hermitage normally, and
Right.
immediately ran into.
All right, get it all out. You're in
Does the
safe
smell not
hands.
bother you?
That's what
I
worse.
can't smell, so
Oh, Avatar, bless me. Give me strength.
You get used to the gore.
Also heard that brain was a delicacy in some places, so.
Don't even think about it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I
Sure,
came down
fine.
here looking for Reginald, hoping to speak to him, get you an introduction, so you could see that these are perfectly fine folk, and their retainers imprisoned me immediately. Just tossed me in a side room and holding me here for days. Intermittently. I'm not even sure what exactly they were after. Just abuse and beating for days. The whole time I've been down here. Not even really seeming to seek any information or anything. Just. They brought in one of their higher priests. One of the ranking druids. Wasn't any different. Just with magic.
They don't even ask you questions. They just beat you.
As far as I can tell, didn't even seem to be interested. They thought the whole situation was hilarious.
that doesn't seem very nice.
That is
No!
not the way.
No, it sure as hell doesn't.
Well, you're in safe hands now. Although, you probably
They told
wipe
me
those
about-
hands clean.
Reginald's captive too. I learned that much. They told me he'd
Oh.
suffered much the same. I should consider myself lucky that it wasn't in his straits. You got to do something. Something's gone wrong.
I have a question. How the hell did you make your way here? The way here is like almost impossible to cross.
I just walked down the path. It's somewhat narrow,
Oh.
but
Okay, it wasn't ruined then. Whew.
the path's ruined.
A little bit.
Bloody hell am I gonna get back to Abberton?
We'll help you. Don't worry. We'll figure it out.
Ah,
Shit.
I'm fine. I'm okay. Oh. By gods. I may be old, but I'm not that old. If you can make your way down the path, I can make it back, I'm sure. Don't worry about me anymore,
well,
anyway. As long as there's none of them between here and town.
If
It's
you're
pretty
sure.
easy going. It shouldn't be a problem.
I'm just like,
Selwyn almost didn't make it across,
don't, shut the fuck up, plant.
and Zerg almost fell off.
Well, it's because Selwyn's kind of got slippery shoes on. So if you take your shoes off, you should be fine.
Look, I've walked
Real-
this route several times. I'm well, the only ones in town has been invited down here multiple times to talk with the druids. I'm a close friend of Reginald's. I've been down here every other month for the past couple of years. I can handle it. I believe in myself.
Alright.
But you have to help him. Something's gone wrong. They mentioned a Terun, Miss Terun. They've been speaking with. Something's wrong. Something's off about her, perhaps. But
Right.
gods, help Reginald. And I owe you my damn life. What a...
Well,
It hurts to laugh. Ugh. But it's... The mayor. Saved from a bunch of druids. My circus folk. Who could possibly even come up with such a story?
I am a druid too.
I could.
I'm glad he didn't call us freaks.
I don't think it matters what I call you at this point. I'll call you whatever you want. You saved me.
Heroes. Hell yeah. Oh, high
Heroes
five.
will do.
Find someone.
Damn sure, heroes at the very least. Oh. Just... He turns back over and kind of leans back against the wall. Just give me a moment. Give me a few minutes. But I need to get back to town.
Just be mindful of the frogs outside. They're
What's
our
been-
friends.
What's been happening? Is Abberton okay? Situation hasn't gotten any worse, has it?
It's fine as far as we know.
I think
It's
it's
actually
gotten
a
better.
lot better. We've fixed most of the stuff.
Oh, it's good.
on.
It's good. Fantastic. Great news.
Church is ruined.
Oh, that's fantastic. You led with that one, possibly.
But the guy's still alive, like
The guy's still
mostly.
alive. Yeah.
Oh. Priest Red. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
We
I,
blew up the mill.
What?
yeah.
You're playing with me hard here. Selwyn.
It was an accident.
Oh.
It's the mill's fine. We just blew.
But you found the
blew
sheriff?
The green. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh!
Bad plant.
By what nature do you... Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I owe you my life. And I take it...
We saved the millers.
Well, then what's the bad end of that one?
Nothing. We saved the millers. There wasn't actually a bad one. The plant was outside with the one that ate the sheriff.
There's a plant that eats people in the town.
Oh, we killed that plant. Don't worry.
It wasn't me.
Look, all right, you know what? Why don't you catch me up on this one later? We'll consider it a wash for now. No big matter. We'll cover it later in town over a hot drink in the comfort of my own home. But for now, you lot don't look much better for wear than I am. I take it then. Oh, look, the shield helps, but I can still kind of see it. Oh. I tell you that's your work then.
Yeah, that was us. Oh well, that was, Liz.
Well, at this rate, at any rate, at this point in time, he bloody well deserves it. Did what you had to do, I'm sure.
Scallywag.
And I more than understand. But, this is wrong. This is all wrong. These are good folk. Reginald's folk. I've known them for years. I didn't know any of them that well, other than Reginald, of course. But
Is Reginald a druid that's here, or just
Reginald
friendly?
Homdale is the leader of the hermitage. As
Okay.
far as he's ever told me, the worship they all pursue here, and the pursuit of the wind and the waves, the storm lord, whatever they call him, Gosra, god of nature. They all kind of go about their own ends and make their own pilgrimages and cover it their own way, but they don't really have proper organization, and he's the closest they got to a leader by merit of the fact he's the oldest one here. But
And these were his men that turned on him?
these are retainers, not druids proper, or not those that have any special connection, no magic of their own, but those who have pledged their lives in pursuit of the walk the path of Gosra, to walk the shore with the rest of them, for their own personal reasons. Just as dedicated as any of the priests. I've seen these men. I've met them. I don't know them well enough to tell you the names, but they were fine men. And the priests, it's like something's come over them. Something terrible, I tell you. Work of devils. Could be Asmodeus himself, striding down from Cheliax, as far as I'm concerned, but...
Probably demons, actually.
that
Oh,
a
there's
difference?
demons in the church.
Demons, devils, same bloody thing.
Uh,
And that's why the Stormlord has brought me here.
would it be a religion check to know that they're on opposite axes?
Maybe a religion check. We'll see.
All right. Yeah. It's not a hidden check, right? Okay.
They just yeet me out of religion day.
Yeah. 26. Critical
Natural
success.
20.
Natural 20. Okay, yeah, I'd say that you are frankly offended by the implication
Yeah.
that they're the same thing.
Okay,
And affront to the very concept of your
yeah.
understanding.
So, right, okay, a devil is someone who's paid to kill you, and a demon is someone who just kills you regardless. Kinda. One's
Is
more
that
chaotic.
better?
Yes, because one had a reason, and one just killed you.
Well, regardless, they got these demon fiend things. When they first brought the priests in to talk to me, for whatever reason. Again, wasn't asking questions, wasn't doing much of anything, just magic and Petons. She had tiny flying imps with her. Devils as far as I've ever seen them. Little things, just
Demons.
scat few inches, whatever they were. Fiends of some sort.
Alright,
Some
fair.
hellish creatures from
Fiends.
down below. Look. Is the way clear? Path notwithstanding.
Well, we should escort you out of the grounds, because there are some frogs there.
They're our
Yeah,
friends.
they're pretty nice frogs.
Well, they're not really our friends. They allowed us to have our meeting. But we
And our
can ask nicely, and I'm sure they will let you pass and not kill you immediately.
Yeah, let's,
He kind of looks
Okay,
at it
wow.
himself. I have to say, whatever has you done, this, let's see, a
It's
couple
magic.
of bandages, but magic then. Never have I been so grateful.
Then you should
This
thank
pain's
the
nothing
Stormlord.
compared to what I've felt the last few days, I promise you that.
Just don't look at this guy anymore.
Well,
I'll open the doors.
and as you open the doors, and he kind of looks, and you can hear the waves pounding a bit louder outside again. You can see that the two frogs have already bitten off the head and one leg of the retainer that you left outside.
Oh, whoops.
And
I
as the
was
door
going to
opened,
check on him.
the mayor.
I'll look out. Shit, they really look fast,
Just
don't they?
vomits in the corner.
I forgot about him, Sullivan. I was going to come back out and help.
Why didn't you tell me they're carnivores?
I thought I said that. I went on for like
Oh yeah, I probably did. I probably
a
just
few
ignored that
minutes
part.
about it.
Carnivores. Carnivores.
And I would
I don't
would
get
nudge
it.
I
Selwyn.
could try.
Hey Selwyn.
Yes, me.
The poster, when next week we're gonna have our show, and you should go.
What now?
The poster that's in your bag, a little like poster of our like little invitation to our
Oh, show?
show.
Oh, should I hand him one?
Jesus.
You know, that's an excellent idea. Considering our calling card, I'll pull out a poster.
You pull out a poster.
It's perfect.
Just take it with you. It's a
For
good
your
luck charm.
show in 4 days.
Yep.
And as he's kind of just dry heaving on the floor here, nothing left inside him but the amount of whatever he had in his stomach, just across the stone tiles. He turns back around to see freaking circus advertisement. Someone's just holding in front of him.
And I would take it out of her hand, reach over her and take it out of her hand. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, I'm getting blood. No. Someone here. No, here you go.
Oh no. Well, shame to waste a bad poster, but I'll
I
hide.
just got a little bit of blood. Don't worry.
No. I'll hide the post underneath the shield. I'll accidentally lift it a little too much as I do.
There's nothing left. That's good.
All right. I'll pull out another poster. All right. I'll hand him this one.
He's at one hand.
Here you go. Something to liven your spirits.
You doing another show?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. Oh, we actually have more really bad news. There's a list of ashes in town. I'm sorry. With us around, it's gotta be such a disappointment. But
So I have no idea who that is, but
well,
if you can handle this, I'm sure you can handle anything. I'll come to your show. I have no idea what day it is at this point. I'll be honest with you.
okay. Well, right now it's Star Day, and we're doing a wheel day, so in 4 days.
All right. Oh, my ribs. Oh. Yeah. Priorities. I'll be there.
Sweet.
The least I
Perfect.
can do.
Yeah,
The frogs outside seem right distracting.
yeah. You better make a run for it now, actually, just before they finish. They've been working quick.
They're working on the skull right now. You should go real quickly before they finish that.
Oh yeah, that is nasty,
too
isn't it?
fast.
Yeah,
As you
that's
see-
crunching.
Kind of pulls
Ugh.
himself up and sort of pats his balding head here, his hairline receded all the way back up past the midpoint of his scalp. Oh, my hat. I took my hat. Oh, no bother. Doesn't matter. Thank you. Thank Amador, bless you. Skills win in your favor. Oh, whatever it is. Priest Dren says to all the good folk.
It's
Don't
a
meet you back
Tira.
in town. Thank you. I owe you everything. Now, make damn sure to come to your show, still kind of just clutching the ad to his chest. And stumbles into the door and kind of pushes it open a little bit to hear one of the slurks just sort of bellow out over the cliffside, and he sees again this corpse. At this point, just some scattered giblets across the cliffside here. Oh,
You better hurry,
God.
buddy.
and stumbles around the side and slams the door shut behind him.
Zig, I'll give you 2 silvers if he makes it back to town over that gap.
I'll
Get
take
on.
that bet. I'm betting 4 silvers on the mayor.
Okay, I take it.
He's not gonna make it.
You're definitely not gonna make it.
He's definitely making it. If he isn't, we're fucked. Financial situation's gonna be screwed.
I'll be up 4 silver.
His money is not the problem. You got this bet.
The good thing is,
So you lose, you pay us both.
Yeah.
well, if I win it, you pay me both, right? That's all.
Yes.
No, it's just me. You just made the bet on me.
Well, I mean, if I have to pay you both, then I have to get something in return. So if I
That
win, I get
seems-
both.
It seems unfair.
No, it doesn't.
We both pay you if he makes it back, and if not,
You both
us
pay me
both.
4 silver,
Ah.
and if I lose, I'll pay you both 4 silver.
Deal.
Okay. Deal. Sounds like a good plan. So where are we going?
I would like to attempt to patch myself up and one other willing party if we still have 10 more minutes.
We do.
Does anyone else
I
need a
got
touch up?
poked with one of those pointy sticks. A little bit.
Yeah, Lizard's got a little bit of a minor stab wound through his armor where he took a hit from the trident.
I'm just gonna go with.
So as the two of you sit down
Safe.
and Arbus already has her supplies out to try to treat you, what are the rest of you going for?
I'm just gonna sit down too and refocus. Maybe get that point back.
Okay.
Good thing you were going safe.
I went safe this time.
So as you're refocusing a 23, each of you will get 2d8 health back. Zerg, Selwyn, just kind of standing around waiting. You got
Yeah, I ain't really got much.
several doors and a curtain.
Where did my javelin end up that I threw at the?
Probably still
No.
in that dude's shoulder.
You think
gonna go
I'll
retrieve
explore a
that.
single
Yeah, the
foot
javelin
of,
you can retrieve. That's a whole weapon. You can take that back.
a single foot of possibly enemy terrain while my party members are trying to heal? Absolutely not. I have dignity. I have respect, and I have great fear in my heart, most of all.
So after 10 minutes, 9 health restored to both Aramis and Lizard Man. And an unconscious and a very dead druid, or retainer, apparently, here in this antechamber.
So what are we gonna do with this other one?
Tie him up. I will save his life, and then we can. I don't know what we do actually.
Why do you care about this guy?
He wears the symbol of my god, for one,
Yeah, but he tried to kill us, for two.
but he didn't
Well,
But you
yeah,
are
because
also-
we slapped him first.
You are
because
also wearing the symbol of your god, and he didn't seem to mind.
Well, one of them stabbed you.
we can't kill everyone.
Well, we're not going to kill everyone. For instance, we're going to leave this guy unconscious on the floor.
He doesn't look like he's dying.
He's definitely still breathing. I mean, and he's
Okay.
while bloody, none of his wounds appear to be lethal.
Okay.
I don't think you can
who's-
save the brain guy.
So
No,
who's
I
got
don't-
rope? Because you got to leave a coil rope behind to tie this guy up properly.
I can leave a rope.
I have rope.
Oh, you can leave your rope.
Yeah, I don't need my rope. I think I have rope. Yes, I do have rope.
Thor will pull out his little coil, and Lizard Man will work to bind this man's wrists and ankles, so that when he awakens, he can move around a bit, but can't realistically pose any kind of a threat. Their shields are strapped to the bracers they wear on their forearms, but the tridents are strewn throughout the chamber. Quick pulse to detect magic would determine that nothing in this room is actually magical. And the retainers don't seem to have much else on them of value. Just their hide armor and clothing underneath. Almost all made of thick hides and leathers, seemingly patched together themselves. Nothing of cloth, nothing that would have been reaped from a harvest. And almost nothing of metal, save for the iron bracings around their shields and the points of their tridents.
Well, do we? What is this kitten over here?
You just saying that and moving it?
Yeah.
There's no kitten there.
As he
curtain.
walks over and asks and kind of brushes this heavy curtain aside, it reveals that the chamber continues a little further back, to where it takes a bit of an odd shape, where the wall must meet the cliffside itself, with a door set into it, implying the hermitage does continue on further inside the cliffs itself, much more than this building you'd seen from out. There's also another set of doors to your right and left, totaling 6, 3 down either side, approaching this final door, and 2 more torches set in the sconces beyond. So the doorway at the far side leading into the cliff is much different than the simple wooden doors on the sides of this passageway. It's less a door and more of an enormous granite slab, with no handle or knob of any sort, nothing but a narrow viewing slit at about eye level.
Well, can I go look in the narrow slit?
You sure can. And as you peer through there, you see 2 more of the druids. Nothing covers this from the other side, but 2 more of the retainers, rather. One with spear, trident, and shield slung across his back, and one with his trident out, doing something. The door is pretty thick, so you can't see very effectively up or down. You can really only see a cutaway at that level. He's got the trident in his hands, and he's doing something. And you can hear he's barking out some kind of what almost sounds like orders from the cadence through this thin slit and this massive granite door. You can't really make out the words. The hallway beyond seems to angle and proceed about 30 feet further forward to what looks like an incredibly elaborate far wall.
But they're just working out in there, so we could really go wherever.
I think we should try to secure the perimeter first, and then work hard from there.
Okay. Sure. What does that mean? Where do we want to go?
Well, it means take the outer rooms first, then take the inner rooms, and then go in.
Okay, so we
Up.
want to go here. Sure.
Yes, and now, yeah, I don't think there's gonna be. You think they trap their own doors? I think they would. Druids are.
Well,
sorry.
we are now
These druids are assholes.
exploring a hermitage, so what are we all doing? Because anyone who's seeking will just get automatic perception checks to those traps anyway. Selwyn, you with the questions. What are you going to be doing as you explore the hermitage?
I would like to. Honestly, I'm gonna seek.
You're on edge now. You're worried. You don't want to get taken unaware. How about you, Artis?
Boy, come back to me.
All right, Lizard Man, what are you doing? You don't have to
I
give me
got my
like
shield
pick
up.
an exploration action. Just like you can literally tell me what
Yeah.
you're doing, and I can come up with an action for you. So you're keeping your shield up in front of you, making sure if the door opens and horrible stuff happens, it hits your shield first. Zerg?
Yeah.
Zerg is well, inspecting now the bloodied javelin that he pulled out of this dude. His gross flying fist is disgusting. Put it back in the thing, and he's just gonna meander around Lizard Man. Semi-happy, but like kind of annoyed that the javelin worked still. Like, I'm still annoyed about it.
He's mad that it worked.
Yeah.
Ara, how about you?
I'm just sitting in the middle of the room, not really doing much of anything, just waiting for someone to decide to do something.
Tagging along. All right, Arvis. Came back around.
Investigate. I want to be like looking while we're.
You gotta be okay. So trying to like not peer specifically for hidden traps, or whatever, but really try
Yeah.
to glean like what has happened or what.
Ideally,
is this
find
hermitage.
maybe some kind of trail to lead us to our guy.
Recalling knowledge is what I will give you as you try
Okay.
to make sense of your surroundings. So this first door at the northern end that Lizard Man opens is going to lead into what looks to be a pretty simple waiting room, furnished with a table and a couple chairs and almost, well, completely barren stone walls. The chairs are just stark, simple wood, and it almost looks more like a cell than a waiting area, with the only tiny nod to any kind of courtesy being a copper urn filled with water set on the table. And heading down to the southern end, you would find a situation also much the same. But this side less a waiting room and more a storage chamber, where it looks like supplies they get from Varn Tarvel up in Aberton get unloaded here. The room's largely empty. As Varn said, they haven't been down. There's a couple wooden casks half filled with salted porks and a keg of mead with a crate of parchment paper and a couple boxes of ink and some goose quills to write with. But
Well, it was a long walk up here, so I have to refill my dried meat.
if you got
I'll
some
just
salted
take all of
pork
that.
slabs you can just take and just big old, so that's a ration, more like a floppy salted pork chop. You can just, they're like wrapped in paper, but
Toss one at Zig and take one of myself.
Thank you. Put that in my bandolier.
And as you look through the room, there is one more thing that looks as it may be of interest. There is a small bottle set next to the crate with all the inks in it. It's a bit larger, almost like a flask, rounded and bulbous glass at the top with a long, thin neck to a corked stopper of what looks like an equally black but much thicker liquid than the ink. Almost like a syrup.
Does anybody want to look at this? I'd pick it up and give it to someone. Probably Ara or Selwyn. Or
I'd look
anybody
it
who looked
over.
interested.
Do I need any check to know what this is?
To identify an alchemical item, you need alchemical tools and 10 minutes.
Well, I have neither.
Second edition, there is no sippies anymore. There is no way to identify an alchemical item without alchemical tools.
Don't worry, I'm not taking any civvies off that shit, dude. Whew.
Well, previously you
Things
could
not
just make a
look good.
perception check to give it a little sip.
Mm,
Little tasty
not a-
taste.
Not a thing anymore. Just a little, tastes like healing, or tastes like con poison. But now
Piece
you
of
actually
death.
need alchemical tools to identify an alchemical item, and it takes 10 minutes like everything else.
I mean, you could still technically probably do that in this, but you're probably dead.
It's
if you
also
do it.
identified with a craft check.
Poison builds character. It builds a new character.
Accurate. As he hands that out to the party, Lizard Man moves around and continues checking through doors here, revealing all 4 of the chambers on the far end of the room to be pretty basic guest rooms, it looks like. Each of them with a single, fairly hard, relatively small bed, a desk with a candle that's been burnt down a various amount, and some basic writing supplies with a chamber pot tucked in the corner, and each desk with a copy of a book, Hymns to the Wind and the Waves, which, Arbus, if you want to give me a religion check for your recall knowledge.
Okay.
Can I make one as well? Or
You, if you want to stop seeking and recall knowledge as you're exploring instead.
right? Okay.
14.
For the 14, you would easily recognize this as basically the Gosrin Bible. This is his primary holy book. Now, the only room here of interest, the one Lizardman is opened here at the southeast, your second door on the left, where the bed is the only one that's clearly been used recently. The sheets on the mattress having been stained dark with blood. Outside the door were several small wooden shims just kind of laying on the ground that it looks like they used to jimmy the door shut to hold the mayor hostage here.
Well,
Also, his hat is on the desk.
oh, I better get his hat. I'll
Wait.
take his
I'll
hat.
hold on to it.
Wait.
Perfect.
No. Can I see the hat for a second?
Sure, you can have that.
Selwyn, this is man's hat.
I'm putting the hat
Sure,
on.
bringing it to him.
I want to put the hat on.
You can actually see the hat because his token has the hat in it. It is like
Yeah.
the wide-brimmed leather traveling hat, ye old and classic. Selwyn's got that almost Indiana Jones fedora going on now.
Hell yeah.
Probably huge on
Where
her.
is the treasure?
It is pretty big on there. But that leaves
I
all of
look
this
great.
entryway explored with nothing but the massive granite door now left before you.
All right, form
So-
up, boys.
I didn't see a handle or anything to this thing.
You did not.
Zerg can open it. Right, Zerg?
Muted,
And I-
of course.
What if I just like knocked? That seemed to work pretty well last time, actually.
It didn't work well at all.
No,
What,
they
they
were pretty
opened the door?
pissed.
There's brain matter in the other room.
Well, yeah, that was after they opened the door, though, so I feel like it works great.
It's also.
It's also meh. Solid contribution.
He didn't want to contribute.
So, no knocking on the door. We're just gonna try and, I don't know, slam open a granite door.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Um,
Perfect. We will both get a running start.
oh no.
Oh
Yes.
no.
You ready?
Yep, I'm
Are
ready.
you gonna
Go.
back up to running it together, Zerg, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
One of
sorry.
you's got to be the primary, and one of you's got to aid.
I'm gonna
I'll
step
aid, I
into this
guess.
room.
Yeah, I can make this my I'll be
So
the
as you
primary.
guys back up, Zerg and Lizardman together run full sprint towards the granite doors. Aura and Arvis hide in the doorways of the guest rooms nearby. First off, Lizard Man, give me an athletics check to aid.
17.
Out of 17, you're there for moral support. Not gonna hit it hard enough to really help him out. You can't really get around him to help him. Zerg, give me your athletics check.
24.
Oh my god.
Ooh, did he do it?
With a 24 and a massive crash of stone and the sound of splintering, exploding wood, the 2x4 barring the door shut is obliterated as Zerg and Lizard Man slam into the room. To the absolute shock of the two retainers within, one man holding his trident high, appearing to be training another slurk that's in here, turned, just kind of posted in a northern offshoot of the hallway. He appears to be attempting to get the slurk to turn around to face the door behind him, which the slurk does not really seem to be agreeing to do. As you come crashing through the door, the retainers jump back in surprise and turn towards you. Bloody! What?
Surprise!
There's a deputy sheriffs. You're under arrest. Lay down your weapons.
And the one in the back calls out, No! This is fantastic! Gosra has answered our prayers! You have to help us!
Wait, what? What we're helping with?
And he sees the doorway, Selwood and probably Ara peeping his head around. How many of you are there? And the one in front, yes. Oh, by gods, thank you. Gosra, the blessing. He's come to save us in our hour of need. We knew it, brother. He would not allow his own house of worship to fall into such disrepair and fall to such evils.
Oh, they're looking for.
Okay, well, how do I sense bullshit? Wait, which one is it?
And the slurk just kind of groans.
Orbis, they're looking
It would
for
be-
you, I think.
What you'd be making is just a perception check against their deception DC to see if they are
I think
bullshit.
I'm being fucking tricked. 22.
But a 22, 50-50, honestly. They are terrified. Both of them are terrified, and it is not of you. They clearly are absolutely worried about, well, something. You still have really no idea what's going on in here.
All right,
Yeah.
boys, you're gonna have to be candid with me. If I'm gonna help you, I need total honesty.
All
You pulled my
right,
leg, and I don't appreciate it.
right, young miss. Our crypts, they've been lost. Something came up from below, from some horrid realm, the Darklands maybe, I'm not sure. But undead have overwhelmed it.
Have these things made your kind particularly aggressive?
And the kind of back, what, aggressive? I mean, well, and that I'm getting Lord here, and we're trying to go, well, deal with them, I suppose. But this is beyond us. We're simple retainers. These weapons, ceremonial at best. We can't handle undead, corpses walking, eating other smaller corpses. And the one
feel
front,
like
sometimes
he's,
bigger corpses too. It's worse than that. They don't seem to care about the size at all.
Should I make another check, or do I feel like you're taking? That's all the truth.
Well, I mean, you got your perception for this conversation,
Yeah.
so like they're definitely ignoring your question. You get the sense that they are not trying to lie to you. They are horrifically concerned about the undead that have overwhelmed the crypt. That's genuine fear.
Right. Well, boys, if you mean us no harm, we mean you no harm. We will.
And the
Has,
man in the back twirls his stick and like kind of twirls the haft of his trident and motions back. Lord, come on, out of the way. Lord, here, Lord. And this like, I just turns his head and looks at him, and just.
Now, boys, I have one final question. What did you do with your head druid?
And the one in front. Master Hamdeal. He made his way down into the crypts to deal with the ghouls. That's why we've such a problem. He hasn't returned. If there's and on the back, if they're strong enough to take him down, what chance do we have? So when this is full face lie.
Yeah. Well, boys, once more, I feel like you're not telling me the truth. I'm gonna need honesty, or this is gonna have to end poorly.
We're being honest. I don't know what more you want from us.
Well, you're lying to me right now, and I just don't.
Well, go see for yourselves. We won't stand in your way. We cause you no trouble, no harm. If you don't believe us, take a look.
Where is your head druid?
On the back. He's in the crypts. He's gone down to deal with the ghouls. All of our dead for generations are interred down there. He's not gonna let them just be consumed.
Why was the mayor out there, like, all beaten up and stuff?
On the front kind of looks back. They sort of look at each other. Eyes go wide a little bit. Turn back around. I don't know anything about the mayor's visit. We've been dealing with the ghouls.
But
Can I, like,
you're lying
walk
to me
forward?
about.
I mean, they're not, like, acting aggressive, so can I, like, walk into the room and stuff?
Yeah, you can walk in. Look, Thaddeus told us to deal with this. He went off to get help. He has magic, and hopefully, we hoped with him that we could turn the undead back. But we're just simple custodians. We can't fight Walking Dead.
I guess.
The Slurk again just kind of groans.
I will ask you one more time. Where is Mayor Holden's friend, the head druid of the Hermitage?
Hold him back. I don't know what you want us to say. We're not standing in your way. We're meaning you no harm. Take a look for yourself. Head down to the crypts, and by Gosra, if we're lying, he'll have us in the afterlife for it. May 1,000 storms bless the remainder of our years.
What do you think, Arbus? You think these guys are...
A curse rather than bless, I suppose.
The Storm Lord has brought me here for a reason, and I believe this is it then. I think we should go down there and do what we need to do.
And,
I just don't like the fact that they're lying to me.
One of the front steps forward and he's like, Lord, out of the way. I'll unbar the door for you. Lord, move. Lord, get. He just sort of looks at him again.
Lord, I know he's doesn't understand you, but please, we're in a hurry. Could we pass?
And Lard just sort of slowly turns his head over to you. Just
Well, what's behind these doors? I'll
kind of
point.
waddles up to you.
I'll point to the doors behind him.
That's the rest of the hermitage. We're not supposed to let pilgrims in there without Master Hamdeal's direct orders, and, well, he's in the crypts!
So, show of good faith, since we're gonna save your head druid. Mind letting us have a quick look at the rest of the hermitages first.
And the one in front moves a massive brace that he's put in to block this wooden door here, lifts it up out of the way, and turns back around. The other one. We really can't.
We are risking our lives to save your druid that you're not.
And by the providence of the wind and the waves, we are thankful. But truly, bring us Master Hamdeal, and I'm sure he'll let you see any part of the hermitage you want. Any pilgrimage, any prayers you wish to make. Surely, if you help us with this, you'll have the lay of the building. But please. And Lard just kind of groans out forlornly at Arbus, now completely turned away from his two masters, supposedly.
Pretty boy, aren't you? Look at
Lads, there's no other way to say this. I think we're walking into a trap.
I don't see why we can't just walk around the...
He just shrugs. What kind of a trap do you think this is? They bloody well told you what's down there. It's undead.
Solomon, we must go down. Trap or not, we go down. If they're lying, we come back and I kill them with lightning. It's
If they're lying, they'll part the door behind us.
Well, you know, we could put them in the room that they were keeping the mayor and put the wood in, you know, that they were blocking him with, and then they'd be stuck. Problem solved.
Look at each other.
What?
Oh, this is our hermitage. But you're the guests here.
Yeah, well, so far we've been attacked. So if you go stand in that room, I will lock the door behind you, and we'll be good to go. We will go save your person.
Let's sort of look at each other.
Deal?
No! No bloody deal! Look, please, pilgrims, whatever has brought you to the hermitage of the Blessed Lightning, what lies below are our ancestors. Generations of priests, retainers, worshippers of the wind and the waves.
Yeah,
Dedicated their lives here
Okay.
to Gosra.
I'll
not
reach
for
my
us.
hand out. Look, I don't trust you. Someone doesn't trust you. If you go into that room and we lock it, we will go down there. We promise, and we will fix the stuff.
They don't
If
put
you
this
do
out-
not,
What's the
we're
word?
gonna have
How could you
problems.
not trust us? Well, we told you there's undead down there. What are you gonna go down there and there's more undead? You already know the problem. There's no trap here.
Well, the
someone
problem
says
is
lying.
you're already lying in one aspect, and I'm not really sure about some of the other. I understand you're terrified about the undead. It's just a lot of the other aspects of your whole storytelling isn't coming together, and it worries me. You know, it's how it is.
And they just look at each other.
If you
Look back at
being
someone.
candid or being honest, then we wouldn't have this issue.
We're
And,
being
like,
bloody honest. What do you want from us? That one,
well, you're honest about the undead.
They could just come with us. We could do this together.
See, there's an idea. You can help us out. You
Alright, you wanna lead
look
the way?
more than capable.
Yeah, of putting you in a closet and locking you there. Perfect. Okay, if you have a problem with us locking you, then me and Zeg can just take you and put you in the closet and lock you there.
The guy just slaps his palm to his head.
You'll be nice and safe in the closet. Don't
Look.
worry about it. You'll even have a bed, even though it's a little bloody.
Pilgrims.
I'm not a pilgrim. If you call me a pilgrim again, I will actually just kill you.
I'm the Storm Lord.
Yeah,
Or
she's the Storm Lord, and
Stormborn.
I trust her more than I trust you. So,
I'm
you guys
Sullen.
start walking to the closet. Start.
Zerg's gonna take a step forward, and I am strongest man alive. Now get in the closet if you know what's good for you, with an
Like, we're not
attempt to
getting in the
intimidate.
damn closet. And he reaches back for his trident, just kind of backing away as Lizardman approaches. We're not going in the damn closet.
Get
Well, if you
in
tell the truth, you don't go in the closet.
And
Look,
as you
Graham.
get closer, Lard sort of turns around and gets a little low and growls a bit more agitated. And
Lizard man.
the one further back, see, you told him I was learning. He knows us. He may not be able to do anything, but he knows us.
Oh man,
We don't need any more violence here. We want to help.
I
Let us help then.
would like to not get into a fight with these
Someone.
people.
Someone.
Right? Yeah.
If we go into the crypt and it turns out they're lying to us, we just come back up here and Zerg and Lizardman will rip them arm from limb. So
I don't like the sound of that, but
you're not lying to us and you're okay.
I mean, we're not, but I don't like it. The first thing you fall back to is the ripping of limbs.
I can't
happens.
stop them.
Limbs very well, thank you very much.
He does.
I've seen him wishbone a guy before. Well, it was a really small guy-looking thing.
Well, Sowen, what do you say?
Well, boys, into the trap.
Okay, I'd lean in real close to one of the guys as I walk by.
Lean back.
You're lucky your pet is kind of cute. All right.
Yeah.
And as-
So that's the direction this door over here?
Yes. So, Lizard Man, as you step forward up to the door and open it, you just see darkness. Stairs before you, descending downwards into blackness.
I cast dancing lights.
Okay. So you can cast out a dancing light.
Oh, it's 4 dancing lights, but yes.
It's 4 dancing lights, but like together in a nugget. Like a nugget of dancing lights. So, how much light does that put out? 40 feet?
It's
Same as a torch?
It's the same as a torch. Each one's the same as a torch.
Okay. So you cast out a dancing light into the hallway in front of you, which illuminates the stone steps leading down into the darkness. At the bottom of the steps, there are certainly sconces for a torch mounted on the wall, but there's nothing left in them but a small wooden handle set in the base of it. Appear to have burnt out long ago.
Well, I guess we go this direction now.
Bye, Lizard Man.
Yep. Well,
This Lizard Man heads down the steps
Strongest man. Your turn.
With Zerg behind him.
You do not whistle at Zurg.
I didn't whistle at. I whistled 4.
And
That too.
Nice cover.
The group of you move down the stairs, and the closest retainer says, "See? No trap. Nothing there. Just crypts
Yet.
and undead."
Quick, help me close the door. I see Sal when I made a joke. See?
Oh yeah, very funny. Woohoo.
I'm sorry, I tried.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I thought it was
come on,
funny.
come on in, Ara, so they'll rout the doors behind us.
Also, as I walk by the retainers, I look at them like, also, I'm Ara, and if they don't rip you limb to limb, I'll burn you.
Hell
Steps
yeah.
out to
To the
look.
door.
Are we following? And he draws out his trident off of his back slowly. I don't know how much help we can be. There's not a lot of space down below, and I have no magic.
No,
Oh,
keep
hell.
lots safe.
Okay.
Secure
Well-
our exit.
Secure the door. Make sure
Well,
nothing
don't-
cuts off your retreat.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
other one kind of pokes his head in. Best of luck. Please. The hermitage depends on you.
All right, when we come back, you better tell me where your hit druid is.
Well, you'll find it before we do.
So I doubt that.
All right. Well, off we go.
Yep, into the dark.
Oh, the light's following us.
I can see in the dark though. So I say into the
You
dark.
can see in the low light.
I can see in the dark.
Almost positive you don't have dark vision. Do you?
No, I can see in
Okay,
the
I was like-
dark.
I was like, I'm almost positive you don't have dark
Yeah.
vision.
I see the darkness in the dark.
So
I'd
as
say very-
Ara moves the dancing light forward to illuminate more of the path, you can see at the bottom of the stairs, this turns into a very narrow hallway, which only travels a scant 20 feet before abruptly angling to the left again, where Lizardman can see the very top of another set of stairs.
Okay, guys. Well, I guess it's gonna be lots of stairs. Leg day today.
Not very good.
So
with
can I just like
stairs.
keep going?
As the group, you just kind of advance down through this here, working your way down into the crypts. Behind
This is
you.
very creepy. I don't like this.
Good luck! Holy shit, it worked! As you hear the door slam and the bar set into place behind you. Surprising probably absolutely nobody.
Well,
You are now
Break
sealed
trap,
in,
guys!
sealed in the crypts.
as I look at Zig, who literally broke through the last set of the granite door with a
he
I'm
crashed
like-
to the ground. This is a simple wooden door with a beam on it.
Honestly, I think for sheer theatrical effect, sir, you should probably go back and break the door right now.
I can do this. I break
Yeah.
door.
if he doesn't,
I break door. I grab them. They come with us. No problem.
Yep.
or we could just take them from limb without the
No,
frog.
they come
Now-
with us. That's their punishment.
As you move, you hear hammering coming from the doorway.
Hey, Zerg.
Oh, maybe we should
Okay,
go
this
break
no
it down
sounds
now.
good. I go open door just to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
what's
yeah.
happening.
Okay, that's a good plan.
I'll start
make sure they're
sidling
not-
back past everybody. All right, strong men must do strong things again. Here we go.
Yeah.
They really closed the door behind us.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
they're hammering it shut.
You could literally hear them hammering it shut.
Arvis is just like rolling her eyes so hard.
Is the hammering still happening? Is Zerg in
Hammering
front of the
is he
door?
right next to the door? You can still just hear.
I'm gonna try and put a fist through the door.
Okay, just give me an attack. It's a wooden door, so just give me an attack roll to or give me your damage rather, to try to just break through the door itself.
6 bludgeoning.
So with 6 non-lethal, you punch the door, and it's a bit of a crack as the wood gives a little bit, and you hear boy, Gosram. The hammering increases in speed.
I walk up behind Zerg. Hey, Zerg, you want to punch through that door?
8 bludgeoning.
He turns back around. Craig, get over here! Help me! As he
Cast
hit
magic
the door
fang.
again, and some of the wood just kind of cracks outward, and you hear. Because they're both just hammering furiously on the other side.
I cast Magic Fang on his unarmed attacks before he can start punching again.
All right.
I punch again. What is? I don't know what that adds.
It gives you 2d4.
That means
it
you roll
doubles.
2 d4s.
Oh, 2d4s?
Yes.
Yeah, so we plus an extra d4.
Okay, so that's
Be 6
2
total
hits
on
for-
that one.
6 total.
Yeah.
The
The
6
first one
total as you slam into it. It's still a pretty sturdy wooden door, and you punch pretty hard. It's not like our modern interior doors. It's solid planks, and it's reinforced enough that it's fairly hard to punch all the way through. You're cracking some of the wood, but you're not really making any kind of headway to putting a fist through this thing.
How much room do we have on this stairwell?
Just barely enough to sidle past each other. Like you have to squeeze past each other. Resident Man still is at the bottom, hearing all this pounding, his assorted hammering, and Zerk just punching the door.
Just run through it like we did the other door.
Okay. I'll step down a couple of the steps and shoulder barge the door.
A little harder to get momentum running up some stairs, but yeah, a lot harder to get momentum running up some stairs. With a 14, as you slam the door, it barely budges in its frame, as they've already
Dig.
nailed a board or two across the outside of it into the outer frame to hold it shut. And it's much harder to build up speed, rampaging up some stairs.
This is fair. Plant, just burn the door. It's made of wood. Just burn it. Like bonfire.
I don't
Maybe
think
they're
that's-
scared and they just closed it behind us because they're frightened.
No, because they're
Frightened of
assholes.
Zurich, perhaps, yes.
So are you
I'm
too
gonna-
weak to bust through the door?
Like, come on.
Hammering continues.
You better fucking. Yeah, come on. Let's hear it.
Oh my goodness. I quick jump. I just jump over the other party members. Zig, zig, zig. The stairs, you have to go to leg day more. It's ridiculous.
I'm not good with stairs. It's all upper body strength.
Okay, and Plant, get out of the way. You're in the way. Zig, zig, get out of the
Oh,
way.
you do better job then. Come on,
I
you
am doing
lizard with
better
your
job.
legs.
Yeah, but, I can run upstairs because I do leg day.
So I skip it once or twice. What is the problem?
29.
Oh shit.
That's leg day.
Wow.
With a 29, Lizard Man blasts through the door, splintering it and the boards on the other side, knocking the man on the other side down prone on the ground. As he reaches for the trident, he's leaned against the wall as he falls, and the other one next to him reaches to draw his as well. Damn it! They're back through! And draw their weapons to attack.
Oh, I would, be like,
Boys, we're not going to kill you. It's okay.
Well,
yeah, I just didn't like the door. And I would,
Big-
like, eyes and start walking back down the stairs. I would, like, I'm watching you.
I mean, you could start trying to walk down the stairs, but they're trying their weapons to kill you.
Oh,
The thing they wanted isn't happening. Not that they could see.
Okay.
really kind of bad.
My roll 20 is super laggy, by the way.
So if you go in, are you on Chrome?
Yeah.
I
Did
think,
you
that's a natural one. I maybe
did you try putting on hardware acceleration?
Are you here for that conversation?
I was. It's usually it's on or off depending on what's breaking. I'll
Yeah,
put
roll
it
20
on
with
instead
big
of-
dynamic lighting needs on pretty hard.
Yeah.
Well, I re-rolled my natural one into it too, so we're really getting our.
Session reroll. So, as Lizard Man crashes through splinters of the doors, a little stunned, and pretty much everyone through the door caught very off guard, one of them sailing through the air to land on his ass. So when you see him reaching for weapons, they seem to be going to fight now.
All right. Well, boys, we tried the easy way. Now we're going for the hot way. I'm sad that this will shock you, and then I'll cast Electric Arc on him.
Okay.
DC 18.
DC 18, and they have... Where's their... Let me go back to their thing. Dang, you stat blocks that are in the AP, and I have to scroll. So it is going to be The guy who's currently getting knocked on his ass by an exploding door passes, wood in the way, I guess. The other guy's just grabbing his weapon, takes it.
All right. And 168 and 164. And I'll give him a mean glare and say, "You better not fucking stand up." And I'm really just off my intimidation game
Not
today.
spooky today.
Yeah.
Ara.
I'm gonna move up in front of squeeze past lizard. I told you what would happen
10,
if you were
20,
lying.
30. That's definitely
10,
be 2 move
30.
actions to squeeze
10,
past
20,
everybody.
30?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's squeezing, so it's 10 feet per bit of movement.
Even though I'm
Yeah,
being
it's
small
very
has
narrow
no
hallway.
effect on that. Yeah.
Small and medium actually has basically no dichotomy in second edition.
Huh. Well,
Yeah, for good and bad, there's almost no difference between small and medium now.
cool. Well,
I would say you can fit past Selwyn for 5 feet, but you gotta spend 10 to fit past Zerg or Lizard Man. Like, 2 smalls can probably slide past each other pretty easily.
alright. So, that changes everything. I am just going to, since I can't get to them and do anything effective, curse my stubby legs. I'm going to just, produce flame at the one I can, the one
You're
directly in front of
down,
everyone.
realistically,
Oh.
like 6 feet of stairs. I don't think you could see anybody from down here.
I can't see anything. I can't do anything. Go, Zerg, go. And slap
No,
him on the
sir,
back.
no! Harvest, you can't see anything either.
I'm just. Can I
You see
just hold my
Selwyn-
turn?
Yeah, you can hold it. You can jump back in between, like
Yeah.
after any initiative you want to. You see Selwyn
Yeah.
cast a spell and call out upstairs, and Lizard Man slam through the door, and then you hear yelling. So clearly things have evolved.
Can't see or do anything. Then I will wait till after Aura then
All right.
as well.
The guy on the ground is going to stand up, grab his trident from the wall, and raise his shield. Zerg.
Yeah, Zerg is muted. There's people in my way.
The good news is it's exactly 25 feet to get you to right here.
Perfect. Gonna do that shoulder barge straight through the guy in front of me.
Squeeze up past the room and keep fucking going. When he gets his shield up, and you're in with an athletics check.
You love to spear people.
It's fun.
Spear! Oh my god!
That's 26.
It's definitely gonna succeed. You shove him back 5 feet out of the doorway, and just push him out into the hall, making a little more space.
And I still have an attack roll, right?
You still have an action left, yep.
I'm gonna go for the backhanded punch on the guy next to me.
Alright. Is -4? Does the athletics check still have the attack trait? So he's coming in his backhand like he went past. Oh, baby!
That's
Still good?
Still
So I'm gonna
23!
fix that spell.
Backhand. Now, yeah, you still have magic weapon on. So, it's actually 24 even, so you have +1. So, you still roll 2d4s for damage, because you still have magic fists. So 5 + 1 is 6.
It was
7. I'm not smart.
Yeah, 7, yeah.
7.
You backhand this dude for 7 non-lethal damage. Spin his head around. Lizard man.
I'm going to Zerg jumps past me. I'm going to step up to the top of the stairs. Swing around this. Can I like jump over this guy?
Acrobatics.
Get over here?
Yeah, it's acrobatics. If you want to go through his square, it's acrobatics.
Can I like quick jump over him? Is that the same thing?
Quick jump only gets you 3 feet
Oh, right,
off
right,
the
right,
ground,
right, right,
and we
right,
look
right,
at this, it's DC 30 flat to go any higher
I
than that.
forgot.
You
about
need
that.
like master athletics before you can jump over people, pretty much full stop.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and actually I agree with Zerg. This is a great. I'll try an acrobatics instead of shoving.
You can try
this
to,
guy.
you can also try to shove him, but it's acrobatics to try and tumble through him versus his reflex DC.
We don't have enough space over here. We need more space. I'm going to shove him. Step up
Alright.
the stairs and shove him out of the
Shove
way.
him, final answer.
Final answer: shoving. For 21.
21 will successfully push him back as well as Lizard Man and Zerg spearhead their way into the chamber, leaving you with 1 action.
Okay, and then I'm just going to slash down at him. Trying
He
to.
hasn't even gone yet. He's getting bullied.
Yeah, well, he's an idiot, so I don't even feel. Oh, that was laggy, but I clicked it twice. So it's either 28 or 20.
Well,
No,
both of those are hits, and
Okay, good.
both of them said damage 5. So that's
he gets
gonna
5
be a
damage.
5 damage hit.
Yep.
So the
I
slurk.
want to
Oh, you want to
step back in.
Go ahead.
I want to step in now that everyone's cleared out of the way, and I
Now
can
the
walk
room
up the
has been made.
stairs. And I'm just gonna walk up, and now that I can see the guy that Zerg is pushed, I'm going to produce flame on him. Like I warned you, limb from limb, fire on fire. Let's.
I told you it was gonna
21 to
happen.
hit. 21 to hit.
So he stood up, grabbed his trident, raised his shield. 21 with the soft cover he has is just barely gonna crash across the top of his shield and across his shoulder, just barely not hitting.
That was rude. He's
Now
supposed
the
to take
slurk.
the fire.
The slurk is going to waddle forwards towards the large lizard that kind of looks like food as far as he's concerned. And he's not going to open his mouth so much as he is just going to kind of pick himself up, almost hop with his front legs, lean his head all the way back, and just slam the 2 tusks down onto you.
And as he does that, I'm going to kind of try and brace against my shield.
It's going to be
to
armor
bring
class.
my shield up.
Ooh, all right. Oh, your reactive shield's a thing now. It's going to be armor class 22.
22 exactly hits. He's just very heavy, and he kind of.
He's a
There's not
chunky
much
boy, and
my
he's got
shield
like
can
2-foot tusks. So a tusk shears down into you for 8 damage.
Okay.
And then he's just going to try to flop on you again. His attack strategy is not particularly special or involved. And that's armor class 8. Yeah, that's not even going to be close. Once he falls down, puts all his force in that first one, he definitely can't pull himself up to really effectively hit you again. That's going to bring us to this dude who is just railing, who manages to get his spear out and just roars out, "You could have just killed him for us!" No! Stabs towards you as the veins around his face start to darken. The color fades from his eyes in his rage. That's going to be an armor class 29.
Well, that definitely hits.
Doesn't crit, though. That's what matters.
It's not great.
And he just plunges down to you with his trident for 20 damage,
Okay.
twisting the tines of the thing as they stick into you and almost forcing you back. You don't have enough good in your heart to help old men in need! Selwyn.
So can I move around this pillar here?
Yeah, you can squeeze through Zerg and Lizardman squares. It's going to take you 10 feet of movement to skip around
Right.
that, basically.
This is 10 feet.
Just like from this
20.
square to this square would be, or I mean from this square to this square would be 10 to squeeze around. Stop moving
Yeah.
yourself. From this square to this square.
Would be 10 feet.
10 feet, yes.
Okay, so I still have 10 feet left. Okay. I'll move to here and swim faint.
This dude.
Won't
why
have
would-
old men need. Sorry?
Why bully this guy?
Well, because he's yelling and he's being really mean.
He's being very rude.
That's fair.
27 on the first hit.
Whew. He did not put his shield up, so a 27 is absolutely gonna hit solidly, nearly a spectacularly lethal blow.
Right.
He's gonna
And,
take 6 damage.
Then the snuck attack. I'll use my session reroll
Okay.
for a 19, and he is
19 will
flat-footed.
hit. And yeah, that one is definitely going to bring this guy down. After
So
a mighty.
I come in with the first, hit him slightly. He's kind of trying to block it with the shield, and I just twist in the lower sword, bringing him down.
And he drops back, the trident dropping from his hand, still stuck in Lizard Man from how hard he hit him. I'm really glad that didn't crit. Oh man, that would have 40th of it crit.
Oh yeah. Oof.
And then Arbus come back around as everyone runs up the stairs before you.
All right. Hearing everything happening up the stairs, I'm kind of upset about it now, and I'm gonna start walking slowly up the stairs. As I do, like these cracks, like almost like cracks in my skin show up, where it's kind of like illuminating the stairwell a little bit, and crack, maybe lightning looking. Get right behind Aura here, and the guy on the ground's gonna see a thunder cloud appear above him, and a loud crack thunder, and he's gonna eat a Tempest Surge.
10 damage, no save whatsoever, and it's so good. And he's going to make a reflex save, which is going to be a 25.
Wow.
That was a 19 on the die. It was a really high roll.
No.
So he's not going to suffer any further effects, but that electricity is going to surge through his body as he cries out in pain, taking 10 damage. And then, seeing what's happening here, he is going to strike out with his trident towards Zerg for armor class 24.
Yeah, that hits.
He's going to stab you for 12 damage
Ugh.
before stepping back and keeping his shield raised. And just looking over to the side. Crag! No! Crag! You bastards! Zerg.
As he's stabbed out with his trident, I'd like to try and grab the trident.
Okay. You need to step forward to keep with him.
Yeah.
You can, so I'm gonna just give you the disclaimer on this one. Of all the things you can try to do to somebody with athletics, disarm's really cool, but it doesn't really do anything unless you critically succeed. So you need a real big roll. But a critical success will literally rip the weapon out of his hands. Like that's a thing you can do, but it's tough to rip their weapons away.
I guess I just want to hold it then, I guess.
All right, just give me an athletics check then.
16.
And with a 16, that's not going to quite be enough as you grab him and he spins the half of it to twist it out of your grip.
All right, so I go to grab it. He spins me away, so I'm going to go for the use that momentum to shoulder barge then.
He just likes pushing stuff.
He loves it. It's fun.
All right, athletics at a -5 for being your second attack trait.
10.
A 10 doesn't critically fail, so he doesn't knock you down. But you push into him, and he just pushes back against the shield, almost knocking you over instead. Lizard man.
Stumble.
I think you're muted. You're definitely muted.
Yeah, I catch Zerg as he stumbles backwards, push him upright, squeeze by. So that's 5, 10. Go all the way around here. And then I'll just kind of slash at this guy from as he's looking at Zerg.
Circle around the hallway behind him. The flank.
The flank. Aha! With a natural 20.
Well,
Max damage.
he's dead, so. Shield block doesn't even save him from that. He's down. He turns his shield back, and your claw just smashes through it, splintering the wood of his shield, just dropping the metal frame onto the ground as you skewer him.
And then I'm like, Arbus, this frog. Can you like make friends with it? Because it's really not a bad frog. It looks like an okay frog.
Aura.
Arbus, what are we doing about frog? Because it hurt Lizard, and I'm not a big fan of that.
It's not that bad. Don't worry about it.
So you're waiting?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Oh, after Arbus?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
The
gonna actually
frog,
just move right here.
now it's seeing everyone kind of rushing up the stairs, looks back and forth a grit, bit before it kind of pulls itself up, and you see the like fat around the side of its belly just kind of ripple and roll.
No.
Before it lays down, you just hear a rippling as it jets out streams of disgusting smelling thick clear liquid all across the hallway around it, coating the floor around the frog in this gross, sticky substance. And I will let you all see the area that he has just sprayed thick filth across. The smell hits all of you immediately. Arabis may be far enough back to get away from this, and Ara can't smell, but everyone in the hallway is overwhelmed with a stench of now wildly overpowering, thick, rotting flour. Now, while it's just wiggling into the ground, that's his whole turn, spraying this stuff out. Selwyn.
You're admitted also.
Yeah, I'll drop my weapon. And I'll start beating its ass. I'll twin feint the,
So, I need you to make me an acrobatics check to keep your footing here on this ground.
Alright. 19.
With a 19, let me check his. You are good. You slip a bit in this as it sprays out, but keep your footing. Don't need to spend any actions.
Right?
You are, however, flat-footed. You can't protect yourself very well while you're on this, regardless.
Okay. And I'll
Can't really
try to
dodge.
punch him once with a 14.
14, your little tiny gnome fist just kind of hits lard.
And here comes the follow-up, the feinted one. On another 14.
And that also just kind of slams into him. He's not paying you any mind, and you're just beating your tiny gnome hands into Lard's
Alright,
flank.
that's it. I'm scaring him. I'll give him a mean glare.
This is gonna be the nat 20. Do it.
God damn it, 16. I have not rolled well on these intimidations.
Well, the good news is, as you pound him twice and glare at him, he seems surprisingly concerned. He's not a smart creature. He understands when he's being intimidated and postured upon. And he kind of wiggles in his own grease, belly on the floor, away from you a little bit.
I'll
Arvis.
just be overcome in awe. That's what worked?
He's actually spooked.
Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna walk him past Aura here, right outside the goo. Oh man. And I wanna cast Speak with Animals on him.
Okay. So, now that is a much more direct thing. Yeah, you can actually,
Literally
like,
talk to him.
talk to him now. Right.
So I just sort of hold out my hand to him, and he should be able to feel the connection, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, you've cast Speak with Animals on yourself.
I thought it was on him.
It's on you.
It's on me.
Yeah, you give yourself the ability to communicate with an animal. You
Okay. And I know you're afraid. We're all afraid. There's meat, food outside. I know these people, they don't treat you well. Let's go outside and you can have your food.
give me a diplomacy check.
Okay. $26. Natural 20.
Natural
Very.
20. The
Very
slurks will lay on the
convincing.
ground, kind of goes to pull himself up. Tiny hit. And still sighing, like, just kind of scooting a little away from Selwyn.
Hold up my hands to everybody. All right, stop, everyone. Okay. Stop.
And
Everyone's scared.
he continues flailing, that gets up to his feet. Like, maybe a foot further away from Selwyn. You hit meat friends.
They were very mean to us. We were just defending ourselves. There's no reason for you to be roped into this.
But they feed.
I was going to walk you outside. A couple of your friends, or they have a meal already.
Okay.
And I'll walk him out. I will walk him all the way
Then he,
outside to his friends.
You see the Slurk kind of shake himself off a little bit, and he stops fighting. He stops fighting entirely. Just kind of, and everyone else, it's like Dory talking to a whale. He's just, and Aramis just turns back.
I like that.
But it seems to be working because he just stops. He's now standing there.
Good job, Arbus.
And I'll start walking with him to the door if I can't
I'll
move.
get out of the way a little bit.
Zerg, you should take the bodies out there so he has food.
I can't even.
That's fucked up.
I
You
can't
go to,
A circle of life, man.
go to walk him out. He's asking, is meat? We need meat. Hunting, hard. The meat friend,
Yes.
easy.
It's very, yes, it can be very difficult.
They want me do spins, but feed even if don't. So don't.
Right. It's a simple life. I understand the hunting is difficult, but this will make you grow. You can build on this out here in the wild with your friends, and you could tell the tale. How you become your own Squelch.
But like meat friend better.
You won't even remember him soon enough. The wild
As
is
you're
full of-
walking through the entryway with the two bodies in there, the first
Yes.
one he walks past is the unconscious body. And as he walks by, he just opens his mouth and leans down toward him.
Oh wait, maybe not him. Maybe not him. There's outside there already. He's just injured. The other dead is what you should probably feed on. Better
But food.
food. Right, man. I just kind of keep trying to usher him front door.
He's a pretty big frog. He's like 4 feet around. He's a massive
Is everybody
beast.
else just standing there like jaw on the floor?
I'm trying to get I'm trying to convince Zerg and Lizard to carry the dead bodies out there with you.
Sure. I can get one of those. If it makes this frog man heavy, then sure.
I'm
I
desperately trying
can
to clean.
also just drag, if I'm next to the one with the brains, then I can just drag him. He's significantly lighter because heads are apparently really quite heavy.
So you toss a few of these retainers that you've killed so far outside. By the time you get outside, there is absolutely nothing left of the first retainer, who has, other than some stains on the stone and some little bits of viscera strewn
Oh, this
across the
is
rock. But the other
Incredibly
two
effective.
slurks are still there. And as you come out with several corpses, and one of them just kind of plodding after you, he just to the one still asking, food, meat. They get outside, and the other two turn, meat, meat, meat,
Yes.
meat. Just both plodding towards you.
This
So-
here. Do you know him? This is Lard here.
They have zero interest in lard, and all of the
Okay.
interest in the bodies that Lizard Man is getting outside onto the stone.
See, you can feast, and now you can go off and explore the wild of everything, anything you want now.
Selwyn, if we ever need to hide a body, this is the place.
Yeah, it's pretty great, honestly.
Carol fucking Baskin. So,
Um,
as we bring the corpses of our enemies out to feed the local slurk population, there, I suppose, we will end our adventure for today.
we bring the corpses to the courtyard and the curtains to a close.
Oh, we missed the sign. Please do not feed local wildlife.
Protagonists, that's what we are. We're the good guys here.
Circle of life,
Half the
man.
party
Doing the
can't
good
even.
work.
Very natural.
Feeding the
Half the
frog
party-
population. They're nature worshipping retainers. They, circle of life. Exactly. There's.
Why should it go to waste? It's very wasteful.
We're the good guys. But
Half the party.
certainly the hermitage is as we feared. Whatever has overtaken this something, some kind of clearly dark power courses through these retainers, these custodians, even the non-magical. Just the pilgrims who came here once to worship the altar of Gazra, now sullying his name with false claims to get you to just do their bidding. And they fight fiercely, with fell strength behind them, the source of which is yet to be uncovered. Next week, when we return, we continue our quest to the Hermitage of Blessed Lightning to find the source of all of this. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out. We'll see you next Monday. Good night, everybody.